Welcome to Kranky Live Sports Talk, where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Kranky, and this is the Kranky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Kranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out? Subscribe now to the Kranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Kranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Good evening. I seem to have some small technical difficulties here. Lansley, Blake, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here. If you're joining me, we're here to watch the game between the CONMEBOL, or COPA America semifinal game between Argentina and Canada. Canada was one of the shock teams in the tournament. I think they've only scored a goal, if I'm not mistaken. They've had some luck. Bless up, Chris. Thanks for being here. Chris says Pastor. Who is Pastor, Chris? So thanks for being here. Kranky Live TV family. I just got myself TV. Lastly, Brian, thanks for that information, Brian. I did pick it up from someplace else. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got it, Brian, but I did pick it up from my website. So you probably realized that I needed to have that information. So I appreciate it. Like, I'm going to pull this up. These are the starting teams for both teams, actually. Bless up RNR. I should say RR. There's no and in between. So you can see the starting teams for both Canada and Argentina. Earlier today, some of my colleagues and myself from the UK did a watch along of the France versus Spain game. I must admit, it wasn't the most interesting game, to be honest. It's a little bit boring. I picked France to win because I like to pick an underdog. And Spain were the perennial favorites to win, and they did win. So congrats to Spain. They're in the final. I expect England to be in the final tomorrow. I know some people are going to lose their mind thinking, what are we talking about? But I do have British citizenship, so I have to go with my home country. One of my home countries, I should say. I have three of them, even though Jamaica is number one out of three. I won't say who was two or three, but Jamaica is number one. So I am picking England tomorrow, even though they've gone from being atrocious to being semi-okay. No, they've gone from being good in the first game against Serbia to being terrible to being okay. So let's hope they get better as the tournament progresses. But I'm glad you're here. Interesting game. I mentioned this a little bit later. I was going to mention something, but I mentioned it later that I just saw on the television. Because as you know, if I'm here, I can't listen to the verbiage from the announcers, but I'm just watching the screen. Rob Smith, I'm not no, Rob Smith. I hate to tell you this, but we were colonized. My people were colonized. I don't know about your Rob Smith, but mine was colonized. Even though if you go back to my history, I'm going to give you some information here. My family tree has some relationship to a certain first prime minister of Jamaica. There's some connectivity there someplace, but I won't go into that. But yeah, but no, I am. We were colonized. Well, I wasn't a colonizer. I wasn't a colonizee, frankly. But no. Yeah, I like Canada. Not to win this game, obviously, but I've been impressed with them and how they play. So when Jamaica come with all this excuse that we make about our team and how we play, and we should be happy that we didn't get slaughtered in the tournament, I'm like, really? I saw Argentina play Canada. Canada should have scored 2 goals in the first half. Obviously, the game got away from them, but if you watch the game closely, Canada should have done better, much, much better in terms of scoring goals. And that's their problem. They can't score. But these are the teams, as you can see, it's the regular team for Argentina, except, there's no Lautaro Martinez here. Alvarez from Man City has replaced him. They did the same thing in the World Cup, by the way, because he wasn't scoring and Lautaro got replaced. It's interesting. He's been brilliant in Italy, but he hasn't been producing for the national team. Angel Di Maria, this is probably second to last game for Argentina, because I think he's retiring after this tournament. And he's been a yeoman servant for Argentina. I would have thought he would have gone up with Messi, but apparently Messi doesn't look like he wants to retire. So they have a good team, and they obviously won the World Cup. But if you look at the names on paper, I mean, it's not one of those teams that cause fear into you, right? If you look at Spain team, the now Spain team, or even the France team, or even the England team compared to Argentina, you'd be like, they should be able to beat them. I mean, they did win the World Cup, but I don't think it's Enzo Martinez, Di Maria, De Paul, Montia. I mean, is this a team you fear? I don't think so. So Canada should not be fearful. Now, the Canada team is the regular team, as we know. Buchanan broke his foot. I'm not impressed by Lauren, to be honest. Jonathan has not played that well. Also, their midfield has been good, right? Kone has been good. I'm impressed with Schafferberg, actually. I think he's been really, really good. And him coming in has helped, and he doesn't stop running. So Devin says Argentina will win Copa. I'll take a bet on that, actually. I think either Uruguay or Colombia could do it. I think those two teams, to me, have been the best in the tournament so far. Uruguay playing Bielsa's non-stop football, and Colombia, who haven't lost since February 2022. So they're 2+ years running, haven't lost a game. I know they're world champions, but they're not impressing me. Have they impressed you? Shouldn't Canada have been 2-up against them, Devon? When they play Canada, were you impressed? Were you impressed with them against Ecuador? They haven't been impressive. They're living off name. Bless up, Seymour. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. So I haven't been impressed. I expected a couple of guests to join me, but I guess they're not. One may be sleeping because he's in the UK, and the other one may be busy. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure why Canada is using Alphonso Davies the way they are. He hasn't been given the freedom to roam as he does when he plays against CONCACAF team. He's playing. Maybe they want to shore up their defense and make sure the defense is solid and not take a lot of risk. But yeah, he hasn't been the same fluid roaming player we've seen before. I thought you fell asleep. I was just telling the audience that I'm supposed to have a guest, but one guest may be sleeping. And you were that guest I was talking about, because I know it's 1:00 in the morning.
How are you?
I am well. I'm well. We have about 22 people in the chat. They're being miserly with their likes. But that happens sometimes. I have to remind them sometimes, because when they come in, they don't hit the like button. Hey, bless up, Jason Gunnar. How you doing? Thanks for joining. So, no, it should be I'm expecting a good game from Canada, actually. I was impressed the first time to play Argentina, and I expect them to put up a good fight. I mean, obviously, we all expect Argentina to win. And especially they go with Alvarez versus Martinez, you'd expect Alvarez to produce, because Lautaro is not being the best for Argentina, actually. Yeah, he's brilliant in Italy, but he's not brilliant for the national team, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying, Tony, before you joined, that if you compare this Argentina man-for-man team with, say, France, Spain, England, you would think they match up really well. And yet this team won the World Cup. It's amazing. In fact, you would think those teams have better player-for-player squads.
Yeah.
And yet this team, they've got beaten their first game in the World Cup, but they still came back and won it. So
yeah. I mean, to be honest, certain players were not looked upon with the the high regard that we now put them on. Before the World Cup, nobody really recognized McAllister,
right,
as being a big star. Enzo, wasn't really big, but obviously, just goes to show the shop window opens when you're in a championship, and it's very much a what have you done for me lately situation.
You know what's interesting? If you look throughout the tournament so far, the best player has been Rodriguez from Colombia, who, as you know, was at Real Madrid, went to Everton, is now, I think, playing in Brazil. Didn't really make it in Europe. And yet, in a tournament, and he's not necessarily the most physical player, in a tournament that's very physical, he's been a standout player. Devon say, Kranky, class is class. Argentina is a class team.
I mean, with James Rodriguez, it's just a case of he has a football brain.
Yeah.
But
you wonder why he didn't make it. He didn't make it in Europe, actually.
Yeah. I mean, what you see is in championships, you see some absolutely amazing athletes, but they don't always have that footballing brain.
Yeah. Bless up, Shushan. Thanks for joining. So now they're doing if you're watching the game, they're doing the handshakes, getting ready to start the game soon. It should start at 8 p.m. on time. Expecting a good game, expecting Canada to put a good fight. Last time they played Argentina, they lost 2-0. But to me, they could have done much better than that. They got clear-cut chances. I am not convinced about Canada's forward line. Jonathan David should be doing much better. He's not. He's getting chances. He's not putting them away. Alphonso Davies has been too restricted, playing in a real left-back position, as he does for Bayern, versus giving them more roaming role so he can penetrate and create more havoc. So we're curious to see how they're going to play today. Their midfield has played decent, and I think Schafferberg has been good, actually. I like players who run all game and create havoc, and he's done that. As we all know, as I mentioned earlier, Buchanan broke his foot, so he's been out. But it should be a good game.
I mean, conversely, on the other side, you've got Messi, who hasn't really shone in this tournament.
Messi has walked out the games. He's been walking. He's walked a lot of miles. I don't know if he's walked a lot of miles either. He's been doing a lot of walking. He's missed some clear-cut chances.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when he gets the ball, he can do something with it. Otherwise, he's just a spectator. When the ball comes to him, yeah, and as people are always saying, he's looking around, looking for pockets, for holes, for vulnerabilities in the opposition. But yeah, he hasn't really played. The question is, will he be around for 2026? That's the question. I think they'll still carry him if he wants to play. He'd be like Ronaldo at Portugal. And Devon is all in on Argentina. By the way, people, I just heard Drake bet some money on the game. And you know who he bet to win, right? I heard his bet was $300K for Canada to upset Argentina.
No way.
$300K. That's a lot of money.
No, not for him, it isn't. For us,
it's a lot of money for me and you, right? Lots of money. $300K. Wow. Find it interesting. Real interesting. So the players are in a huddle, people. Looking to start the game soon. If you're joining us, we're in the semifinal of the game between Argentina and Canada, of all teams. And I heard the commentators talking about which team is better, Canada or the USA. I think at this point, USA may be better, but they're not that much better. They're not that much better.
Yeah, it's a tough one, that.
Yeah. But Canada's playing well. Playing real well. So we'll see how they do today. They're playing two forwards too, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm not sure that two forward thing works, actually. But they're playing two forwards. So it should be interesting. Game is off, people. Would expect Argentina to have more possession than Canada in this game.
Can't believe they gave the ball away with the first pass.
I know, right? It's not like as if you're going to get a lot of it. So why are you doing that? Yeah, it's not like you're going to get a ton of the ball. So not why should we doing that?
That pitch doesn't look too good.
The pitch?
Yeah.
The pitch should be good. It's the one in New Jersey, actually. It's a sold-out game, as we would expect. I think that pitch should be pretty good, actually.
Oh, it's MetLife, isn't it?
It is MetLife, yeah.
That's the worst stadium in the world, isn't it?
You
That's
think
been
so?
Responsible for more cruciate ligament injuries than any stadium in the world.
It has been known for that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But they got the sales, the sold-out game.
No, I've been to that stadium. Very nice.
No, it's a nice stadium. A lot of U.S. stadiums that house football are a nice stadium. American football.
Yeah. Home of the Giants and the
Yeah, we went to the Dallas Stadium when Jamaica played in Nations League. It was a real nice stadium. Real nice stadium.
Yeah.
Real nice stadium.
Yeah, I like the AT&T.
Yeah.
I would like to get to the Mercedes-Benz someday.
See, Canada pressing. They're pressing well too. So they're not playing afraid. Actually, they're put pressure on. They're hurrying Argentina up.
And so they should. I mean, they got two attackers in Argentina's team who are both in their 40s.
No, they're not 40 yet.
They're close.
Di Maria's not that far away, and
Exactly.
Messi's not really 40 yet. Yeah, these teams are pressing. Both of them are pressing. That's a good ball over. Should be a corner to Canada.
Look how heavily watered that pitch is.
Yeah, so they do nowadays. Put a lot of water on those pitches.
It's like literally soaking.
Yeah. It's almost like it rained hard.
Yeah. You know how bad it's been here in the UK, right? It's been awful. We haven't had any rain.
It's hot there?
No, sorry. I got my sentence mixed up. All we've had is rain.
I was going to say, because when I lived in the UK, that's all I saw was rain.
Yeah, no, but this is...
Rarely ever see the sun.
Essentially, there are parts of the UK which have seen more rain after 9 days than they've seen in a whole month in the history of July's.
You know that's hard to do, right?
July is supposed to be sunny.
But I'm saying that's hard to do in the UK for any place to have rain that's never been seen before, frankly. Yeah, Yardy, I did see Sharika got injured. She looked like I don't know if she pulled something because she stopped about 10, 15 yards from the finish line. But that's tragic for Jamaica, both for the 1, 2, and 4 for women. So hopefully she has 2 weeks, but it's hard. If it's a hamstring, hard to recover from hamstring in less than 3 weeks, especially running at top speed. It doesn't look good for her. Devon said they're world-class players at 40. Yeah, Devon, but they're slow world-class players. A 60-year-old is probably still a world-class player, but only for 60-year-olds. Not necessarily for playing against 19 and 20-year-olds. So Messi walks out the game. Look at Messi. He's in the middle of the center circle.
Mm.
The ball comes to him. He plays it, and he's going to jog at 5 miles an hour now. It's not hard to mark. No, that's not a foul. Di Maria, get up. You gotta be stronger. I think Canada will give them a game today. Whoa, that's a vicious. That's a hard tackle right there. Yeah, you already. I don't know what she's gonna do, but it's not a good look. She hasn't been in the best of form this season, and a wrong year to pick up an injury. You make your money in Olympic year. They must have grass over this turf. It doesn't look artificial, actually. They must have put grass over it.
It doesn't look real to me, but it must be grass because I think that's one of the things that they stipulate, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you get to see it really close up, it looks bobbly.
Oh, that's a good ball. Get around him one-on-one. Shackelford going forward. Far post. He got to do better than that. He has to cross that ball. That was a little bit selfish of him.
That's his second time that he's done that.
You got to look inside to square it first.
Yeah, he had one just like a couple of minutes ago where he blazed it way over the bar.
Yeah. So I know he didn't have any help initially. See, he put his head down. He never looked up after that. That's what I love about Saka, actually. He's always aware. You hear me preaching Saka nowadays. He's always aware. I love his intelligence. That's a bad move. That number 22 should have moved and given him an angle to pass the ball to him. So those things are pretty clear. He didn't give him an angle to get the ball. That's why the ball went out of bounds. You just joined us. Canada and Argentina tied at 0. We're in the 9th minute of play. I think the big change for Argentina is Martinez on the bench. Lautaro Martinez. Alvarez is starting. Yeah, 876. Who's your brother? I was in Dallas actually with Minzy, Coach Minzy. Fun trip. Jamaica did well in that game. The most disappointing game I've ever been to in my life, actually. We're leading 1-0 with the last kick of the game, and we score an own goal header. The ball ricocheted off Burke into the goal. And you know, I never celebrated because I never celebrated the whistle blue, and I'm glad I didn't celebrate because we gave our own goal, and then they scored in extra time. Oh, okay. Yes, I remember. Yeah, Jermaine. 8-7. I mean, ended 8-7-6. Argentina have the ball wide coming forward. Gonna go wide again. Oh, he took him out. That link-up play between Canada two center forwards doesn't come off. Unless the two center forwards can play off each other, why have them play up there, two of them?
See, that's one of the difficulties of international football. You might have an idea of a system of play, but to implement it in a very quick period, between matches, you're asking a lot.
I like midfielders who carry the ball sometimes. Create space. Let the defense have to recalibrate for you. You can do something with it. I love that movie made a while ago, which the defense then have to try to figure out when he goes by one or two players where to go. Good ball. Come on, David. Go towards the goal. That was unfortunate. So, Horace, I wouldn't use the word stupid, actually. I don't think that's the right word. Words like stubborn, egotistical. That was close by. See, that mess against the ball is a different story. Stubborn, egotistical, confident, or some people say arrogant, but I wouldn't use the word stupid. I don't think people are stupid. At least Canada is not playing like they're afraid of Argentina, which I like. That's not a foul, referee. Romero is always acting as if he got injured. He's a dirty player who always does that. And not because he plays for Tottenham, people. He does that. He's always faking like he's hurt. Always something with him. Step on your ankle when the ball is gone. He does all these things and gets away with it. Do I think Jamaica have more talented players than Canada? Man for man? No, I don't. I don't think so. You will underestimate the Canadian team. I mean, they have 14 players from the squad in MLS, but I think they have a good team. They have good players. Not because you don't play in Europe doesn't mean you're not a good player. Jonathan David plays in Europe, and he hasn't been one of their better players in this tournament anyway. I love how Jesse March have them playing pressing football, attacking football like Bielsa does for Uruguay, which is really good, actually. By the way, everyone, we are back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a watch along for the game between England and the Netherlands. I expect England to win. I'm gonna call it right now. But we are here back for which I think should be the feature game of all these games. Colombia, Uruguay should be a humdinger game. 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
So I didn't realize it until late yesterday, but I'm actually at a concert.
Tomorrow
evening. Yeah. Do you know the artist PJ Morton?
No, I don't.
Okay, he's I would highly recommend him. He's kind
what
of
music?
like,
what kind of music? What genre?
R&B. I would say he's the closest thing to Stevie Wonder in the.
He's blind.
No.
I'm just kidding.
But he plays the piano amongst other instruments, and his vocal.
Yeah. Okay.
He sings very much like Stevie.
What happened? They gave Argentina
the throw-in.
That was a foul.
It was a foul.
Like, what are these referees in these regions are crazy, especially in CONMEBOL. They're just literally crazy. Seriously, that was a foul a while ago. It's a blind man could see that. Also, U.S. versus Uruguay. I thought it was a wrestling match. or UFC the way they were playing. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Tony, the field is very wet, Tony. You can see the water splashing up when you pass the ball. It's too wet, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of water on the field. I know it's hot, but it's probably too wet. Watch Messi pressing. Look at Messi's press. The walking press. It's a walking press. It's a bad turnover by Coney a while ago. He comes to life when he gets the ball. That's a good ball. You can't reach it. You should be sprinting to run by him. You can't keep up. Cross it now. Come on, David. Oh, played wide to him. Oh, come on. You guys can't play with any composure when you get to the 18. That should be the more dangerous play.
Yeah, that was a free.
That's awful. That was a free. You're not going to get these chances all the time against Argentina.
Yeah,
first of all, the guy running to the ball, wasn't named Coney, took too long. He was jogging to the ball versus sprinting.
Yeah.
If he sprints for that ball, he's in on goal.
I'm not sure what that comment says.
Oh.
Bishop is Morton's son.
You trying to score from there, really?
Oh. Pushed him out too wide, didn't he?
Yeah. They're trying to go long over the keeper head. They saw he could go for a goal against who scored against him? Against Venezuela scored from, but half line against him. The old Everton striker scored against him. They tried it a while ago. He's too far off his line sometimes, and he doesn't recognize danger. Jamaica is not better than Canada. Sorry, we're not. You watch how Canada plays football. They're walking the ball down in Argentina. We do nothing in that against any good team like Argentina. We're lucky if we keep the ball for 5 passes. Huh?
There's a lot of space.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're using the space.
Lots of big pockets of space. They could turn. They can have a look.
Yeah. They're pressuring Argentina. If they made a better decision around the final third, it's a different game.
They're getting so much space.
So England must be revved up for the game tomorrow, Tony.
Yeah, I'd imagine. It'll be interesting because the two sets of fans are extremely loud. The Dutch fans, everybody wears orange, without exception. And they're very loud.
I hope they don't have any fights in Germany. That does it off of the game. You know how that goes. One side loses and they don't feel happy.
Yeah.
Canada playing so confident. Look at the pass by the keeper. They're playing confident. That was a bad ball a while ago trying to find Jonathan David. See, they're playing offside. They're playing deep now, right? They're narrowing the field. Look at how Canada's playing. It's 4 across, but they're trying to. The field is very, very narrow. They didn't allow space between them and the keeper. The last 4 and the keeper, actually. That's why England can't exploit, because Kane cannot run. At least he can't run anymore, I should say.
I mean, I guess they know they can play that kind of.
Whoa.
High. They play a high line.
Yeah, they're playing a high line, and they're narrowing the field, right? So this defense starts just over the half line, and the offense start the first line of defense is right over the half line, and then you're saying your back four is in the middle of you. So there's a very small gap, small width there. So Argentina got to play between the lines actually.
Mm. Yeah, the Giants practice facility is literally across the road.
Yeah. What is your cousin doing? He's still on the Giants practice squad?
It's interesting because I literally just read that the Giants are interested in bringing in Najee Harris from the Steelers.
Oh.
Because he's on the 5th year of his rookie deal, and essentially they could get him for a 6th-round pick.
Oh. That's cheap.
Yeah.
They got to pay him though, right?
They'd have to pay him, but only the 5th year of his rookie contract. So it's not a big.
Yeah.
It's not a big outlay. Running backs don't make money.
No, they have become the forgotten ones.
Yeah.
They used to be second best paid in any team, right? They were second best paid at one point. That's changed. It's linemen, receivers.
Yeah.
Everybody except running backs.
Everyone.
Everybody except running backs.
Exactly.
Everybody except running backs. Running backs are the forgotten group. If you're running back, I suggest become a wide receiver or a cornerback.
So I'm not really sure what's going on, but
so why should anybody play running back when you're in college now if you have pro aspirations? Huh? Why should anybody play running back?
Yeah.
And if you're running back, you should be able to run after the catch, so you should be able to catch the ball. At least some can. Normally you're probably less than 6 foot though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're not the tallest. Uh-oh. Argentina 1-0 up. Poor defending. Defender Bambito, you gotta do better than that. That's awful defending. That should not occur. That's just bad defending. So they brought Alvarez in. See, they're high up. Ball play between the line. David is not close enough. Look how slowly he's running to him. And the defense is flat, right? The man is moving and you're flat. So Jonathan David should approach the man with the ball. Look at that. You see that? He's just jogging. And the defender is not aware. He went between his legs too. So instead of trying to bounce the man off the ball, he tried to tackle him, and that was not a good idea. Poor by Canada. Argentina is like England in the Euros. Their list of their group to get their journey to the finals has been godsend for them.
Easy, yeah.
It's like Southgate has something on people where he just gets the easiest zones ever. Whether it's World Cup, Euro, whatever it is, he gets the easiest zones some way, somehow. That was poor defending a while ago. First of all, there was no pressure on the ball for the man to go between the lines. And second of all, that defender has got to be more aware. See that man running off him.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like two forwards. That's a 10 tackle right there. That's why I don't like two center forwards. Because they're not going to be as disciplined as they should be to stop the ball from going through. Oh, you see that question, Tony? Why Argentina doesn't have anybody who is of darker skin? Because they got rid of them. They sent them to war to get rid of them. They killed them out. That was a deliberate. That's why I don't support Argentina.
Yeah,
it's a deliberate thing by Argentina to get rid of blacks in their country.
All the black Argentinians moved to Ecuador.
Well, yeah, they sent them to war. They got rid of them, or they did something to get rid of them. They got rid of them. They didn't want any in their country. Or they crossbreed them. It was one of like 4 strategies that they employed. There was a documentary on that actually.
Yeah.
And there were some black Argentina they interviewed. Yeah, but they found ways to rid the country of people who are of dark skin.
Yeah.
That's why I don't support
And obviously,
Argentina.
it was the retreat for the Nazis after World War II.
It was a retreat for the Nazis. Yep. Yep. A lot of Nazis end up in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the South American country, apart from maybe, what would I say? Uruguay doesn't have a lot either. But Ecuador, Colombia, all those countries do. Brazil. Come on, better cross than that. So should you get a yellow card for kicking the ball away? He's not close to being offside. I don't know what VAR looking at. Awful defending by Canada. It's amazing how Martinez turned out after plying his trade in England for like 10 years, not getting a look in, and now he may be the best goalkeeper or one of the best goalkeepers in the world. It's amazing how that works out.
Yeah.
Did he just get better, or people just didn't have didn't recognize?
I just think they didn't recognize it because he was clearly very good.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand if you bring Ramsdale in, but there was no need to sell Emi Martinez.
I think he sort of pushed, right? Because they wanted. Here's a strange thing about it. So Arteta. Yeah, but you kept what's his name from Fulham, right? You kept him versus Martinez. Yeah. And clearly you didn't want him because you sold him the year afterwards. And Martinez was brilliant in the FA Cup, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was probably second most important person after Aubameyang for us to win that cup. So Argentina let Canada play until they reach the half line, and they say, okay, let's stop the nonsense. You get to the half line, we're not allowing you to go much further. That's a waste. – 28 minutes in, Argentina 1, Canada 0. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to find ways to win. And they do that well. World Cup champion, Copa champion, looking for a repeat. Yeah. No, Arteta used him during the run to the when Leno got hurt, but he sold him afterwards because Martinez was pushing to start. Rightly so, by the way. So we had 4 goalkeepers in the last since Arteta reign. We had Martinez, then we had Leno, then we had Ramsdale, and now we have Raya. So we have bought, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I didn't improve the decision
we're
making.
in with a shout. We're interested in another goalkeeper.
Yeah, the one from Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backup, I guess, for Raya.
Yeah, decision making is really the most important part of football, right?
Yeah. Some people don't have that football IQ to do so. Bad first touch. Good ball over the top. There he goes, rolling around again. That's the yellow card. He didn't kick him. I got to see that again. There he goes, rolling again. He's annoying. Let me see if he kicked him. He barely kicked him. He was going to kick and he pulled his foot back. Look at this. Yeah, he did touch him a little bit.
It's terrible.
He's going to roll around for like 5 minutes and pretend like he's dying. Somebody who kick people as much as he does, it's just amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely a fake injury.
Yeah, he does that a lot. He's going to lie down there for a while and pretend like he's hurt. Very annoying watching him play football sometimes. Anyone on the chat, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Just hit the subscribe. Close your eyes and hit the subscribe button. I know it's very hard to do. I know your index finger is crooked and it can't bend, but just push it and close your eyes. Push your subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. You know which keeper is very good with their feet, actually, but they can't really play out is, what's the name used to play for Man U? What's Man U's keeper they got rid of last year? De Gea.
De Gea, yeah.
He always, when the ball is hit low on his right or left, he goes down with his feet versus his hands, actually, which I think is very smart as a goalkeeper. Because you can't get to the ground that fast with your hand, actually. Your foot is right there already. Which team is the best actor to win a full? I don't understand that. Come again, exquisite. I don't understand that. Which team is the best actor to win a full? I don't understand that comment. Rewrite. Exquisite. I should say DJ. Yeah, I didn't know. Arteta won the FA Cup. It's not on the Emmys. That was close. Jonathan David just doesn't impress me. I'm sorry. I know we were looking at him. We need to look someplace else. We're looking at him. Let's look someplace else. Doesn't impress me. Doesn't impress me.
I think he had one good season and
yeah, it's like Balogun did in when he went out on loan.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look at Argentina attack, how much space they have when they attack. Even Canada have enough men back. So they had what? Because they're having 3 men go to the man with the ball versus having 1 person go and others in good defensive position. You can't have 3 people running to the man with the ball. If the ball beat those 3 men, then you're open. No, because Messi even don't tackle. Hey, know yourself. You don't watch Messi play football? Tackle. What's tackle? Tackle is for those 10 people running around, 9 persons running around him. That's not what he does. They go get him the ball. He takes corners, he takes penalties, he takes all the kicks, but he's not in the tackling business. That's not what he does. He supposedly walks around to survey the field to see where the pockets are. So when he gets the ball, he utilizes it. And nobody complains. He's Messi.
He is. You kind of feel like Alphonso Davies could, if he got the right angle, run around 3 players.
Yep. I think he senses that too, actually. I don't think you're the one. I think he does also. I think he realizes it, but he just they need to set it up. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, that's right.
They need to set it up. The score, Claudine, is 1-0 to Canada. They're not 3 down now. They've been playing decent. It's 1-0 Argentina, and it's a bad defensive play by Canada. See, just give the ball away. I'd rather go with no pressure. You can't turn the ball over like there. There's no reason to turn the ball over. The press is all over the place. 3 men in one situation. Unless you're going to win the ball, it can't be like that. That combination between Laren and David doesn't work. Sorry, it doesn't work. So now he has it. He just run. Don't look. Just run. Just run by them. He got dispossessed. That ball is to nobody's ball. I don't know where you're kicking that ball to Schauberger. That's a horrible pass by Schafferberg.
He completely lost that, didn't he, Alphonso Davies?
Yeah.
This kid's not good. This
Schafferberg?
Yeah, he's
I mean, he came in the last game and he played really well, but tonight he's been awful.
Yeah, everything he's overhitting.
Oh, you mean which team is the best at acting to win? That's a good question. A lot of South American teams are like that, actually. I think it's frowned upon in Europe, but in South America, it's deemed to be you're outwitting your opponent, which is a really contrast between 2 continents.
Beat the Brazilians.
Yeah, South America in general.
Yeah.
Argentinians, Brazilians is in general. They're South Americans. Well, they play hard. They play dirty enough, so I guess maybe that's why they pretend so much. The game is physical. Come on, Messi, you got dispossessed. Stop complaining. The ball hit the referee. The referee should have stopped the play. No, referee, you need to stop the play. The ball hit you. You're being a lame brain. I don't know what you talk about play on. That should have been Canada's ball.
Yeah, you have to stop the game.
The ball hit you. You have to stop it. You can't say play on.
Yeah,
Mr. Don Davis is the best player. That was a foul on Messi, by the way. It was a foul. Didn't look like it initially, but it was a foul.
Yeah, I see it now.
Well, look at that. The two Canadian players just confused themselves. Yeah, you shouldn't be making that kind of mistake. Sorry. You shouldn't. So if you just joined us, Canada losing by 1 goal to Argentina. They were a decent fight. They're not being overwhelmed. I think Argentina basically created one chance they created, they scored actually. So that's what Messi does. When he gets the ball, he uses it wisely. I think they should put Alphonso Davies to play left wing versus left back, so he can exploit the weakness in Argentina defense. I mean, he's wasted out there, wasted playing left back. Because Schafferberg is not doing anything out there. It's just turn the ball over. The football in these two tournaments have not been great, actually. I don't know if players are tired or what, but it hasn't been great football.
And then they get 2 weeks off after they finish, and they're back into pre-season. It's just not. Yep. It's not good.
Look, he just got dispossessed again. Take him off the field. He's been poor. I don't think they have a good replacement for him either. He's been just poor. But you know what's funny about this game, Anthony? You don't hear much about Di Maria, because Alphonso Davies is marking him.
True.
He's out of the game. He's not in the game at all.
40-year-old legs, bro.
Yeah, that too. What kind of pass? Laren, what are you doing on the field? You're a waste of time. Like every ball you get, you turn over to the opposition. You have an easy pass, and you're going to turn the ball over and create pressure on your team. Easy pass. Almost 2-0. Messi should have scored that, actually. Did a really good fake and went right. Lauren has the ball pass at his feet, and he turned the ball over trying to make an easy 1-2 pass. Like crazy. Messi had it right here. Look at this. He turned his man. That was close. I didn't know he had a right foot.
Yeah, I'd expect him to place that into the corner.
Yeah. Try to fool the keeper and look him up with his eyes. I bet if he won, he could just dribble through the Canada defense, actually. If his legs will allow him to. Canada forward line have not done well. Yeah. David, Lauren, and Schafferberg has been their disappointment. They get the ball up to them and the ball turn over and come back.
And this is not a strong Argentina team. So
no,
the fact that they've struggled is...
2 minutes before halftime. We had 45 minutes and 12 seconds. Argentina leading Canada by 1-0. Goal scored by Alvarez, Julian Alvarez. Not a lot of chances in this game, people, but we may be having one coming up now. Yeah, we may be having one coming up. Oh, Messi tried a very ambitious chip outside the box. Is outside for a goal kick. I think he's injured. If you're talking about Buchanan, Mr. Donnie's, he broke his leg in training. I think you're talking about Buchanan. He's a good player. That's why Schafferberg is in the team, because Buchanan is out. Yeah, he's out. Broken leg in training.
Tajon Buchanan.
Yep. Oh, that was close a while ago. That was a chance to Jonathan David. Ball's long throw came over. Argentina, poor reaction. He ran well. He used his left foot versus right foot. I guess he couldn't turn. That was a chance.
I think he would have had it covered anyway. Martinez had that near post covered.
Unless he could get it across to Lauren, who's at the far post, but that would have been hard to do.
Last kick of the game of the half.
Such a dumb corner. You can't be dumber than that. You can't be any more dumb. That's such a dumb corner. Sorry, I can't call it anything. That's a dumb corner. Your half is almost finished. You need to get the ball in the box, and you're trying to play 1-2 outside there when the half is almost over. Yeah. You only had the minute left. Like, who does that? That's what we're talking about, thinking football. Who does that? That's
what
just
was they thinking?
Insane. You know the half is almost over. I see Jesse Marsh losing his mind. I'm not sure who's mad at. The referee's mad at somebody. But nobody does that. Huh?
He should be mad at his team.
Yeah. You have a ball to put in the box and you're trying something ridiculous.
You're a professional footballer, you know.
Yardy, I decided to give up that thing called work. And no, well, in that environment, and come on YouTube and do the work. And by the way, people, hit the like button if you have done so. And this is work, people. Tony does this YouTube thing. It's work. When I got to go build thumbnail, I got to go research stuff to come on here. And then you guys want to miser up your likes and your subscribe and your share. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. To hear me whining and complaining about that, because this actually takes work to do it. You don't just jump on and just do it. It's not how it works. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. And if you haven't shared it, do so with your family, your friends, your cat. Give your cat their own device that them can press the button and subscribe. And get your cat that email address too. So what's your thoughts on the first half, Tony?
I'm not overly impressed, in all honesty. I think both teams are kind of laboured. Canada literally don't have a midfield or a striking presence, to be honest. You know, when we watched France and Spain earlier, you know, we were saying how badly France needed a midfield, but you know, Canada literally have nothing creative in their middle of the park. But having said that, for even that, they're poor quality. Argentina are still not really taking advantage of any tactical superiority that they could have. I almost feel like Argentina are playing with 9 men because although Messi is showing glimpses, I mean, where is Di Maria?
Yeah, I mean,
There must be a more
you have to ask, where's Alfonso Davis? You find Di Maria. Di Maria is in Alfonso Davis' back pocket if he has one. Yeah. He's sitting in there. You can't see him.
You kind of think there must be a more dynamic player than Di Maria at right wing for Argentina with all the players that they could possibly have. There must be a better option.
It's a lot of repeat players though. Paredes, Lo Celso, Acuna, Otamendi. It's the whole team now. Lautaro Martinez. It's the same old people they've had for a while. Nicolas Gonzalez, Guido Rodriguez, the same team. Look at their bench. It's the same old bench they've had. They don't have what's his name though from Man U. What's his name? The winger.
Garnacho.
I don't see Garnacho here.
He should be.
No, he's there. No, he's there. He's here actually. He's here.
I was going to say because he played in the first game.
Yeah, he could be better than Di Maria. He can do better than Di Maria. He's very hard to play against because he runs all game.
Yeah,
and he's very tricky. Yeah, he could go instead of Di Maria, right or left. Frankly, he likes the left better, but right or left, yeah. So Yardi, do I know about crypto? I would suggest that no, I don't. I actually don't know about crypto, and I don't understand crypto. Let me put it that way because I don't understand something that makes no sense. I don't care who on Wall Street is talking about crypto and how great it is. I don't care if the major banks are out there promoting crypto and creating trading desks for crypto. The logic escapes me. If your currency is not backed by a central bank, I don't understand that currency. So I'm not getting involved. If you have a currency backed by a central bank, I don't get it. Don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to talk about all the stuff that surrounds it, what's the underlying support for it? What's the underlying collateral for it? If you have a currency, then the productivity of a given country is the underlying support. So you have taxation. You can generate income through. I don't know how you do it for some crypto thing. So I stay away from something I don't understand. And I won't pretend like I understand it. And that's why so many people lose their money because they don't get it. They don't get it. Yeah, Travis, Canada is holding their own. I mean, you think you'd expect Argentina to just run them over, but the first game they played them, Canada had more chances actually in the first half. This game, they have less chances, but Tony mentioned the midfield, but I think it's more the forward line for Canada has been poor because Lauren, Schafferberg, Jonathan David, they've done nothing this game. They get the ball to their feet. And you're going to expect not to get a ton of balls. They don't make use of the possession. They're not treating the ball as if it's precious. They get the ball and it turn over. Last ball Lauren had, he had no pressure. He passed the ball to the opposition. So the forward line is not impressing me. And he's playing 2 center forward like Jamaica does. He must have been talking to Jamaica's ex-coach. It ain't working for me. It ain't working. When you're playing against Argentina, you flood the middle of the field. Yeah. Yeah, Travis, I'm not sure it looks easy. They have 4 midfielders, but I think they probably should have 5 midfielders, frankly. Like a 10 versus 2 center forwards. Because none of their center forwards, to me, is pressing vigorously, nor are they playing like a 9.5 or 10 would play. I just don't see it from them. So I don't think the Lauren, Jonathan David thing worked, but Marsh thinks so. So and maybe just playing his best players.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to now think long and hard about whether that's working. I would suggest he makes a change right now.
If I was him, I'd move Jonathan. I would move Alfonso Davis forward. Yeah. I know he shut down our good friend on the left, but Di Maria. But I would move him forward. You got to create something. They're not creating anything offensively. Yeah, exquisite, but he can't do worse than Di Maria. Trust me. But Di Maria, I didn't know he was playing until Tony mentioned his game. Later on, Tony was asking about it. We didn't know he was playing. I saw Jonathan David. I didn't even see the person playing on this side of the field. He is non-existent. I have a portfolio, Yardi. Whatever I have doesn't have assets I don't understand. It ain't got no Bitcoin. It ain't got no. They don't have things I don't understand. They're basic stuff that people understand. You have a company. You have shares in the company. The company generate money. The value goes up. That's how I understand. I don't understand something where it's a currency, makes no sense to me, or they're telling me that it's an asset that I don't know what the value of the asset is. Gotta have some independent way to value that asset. I don't see how you do it. So I'm confused. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it. Guess the people do smarter than I am. Yeah, exquisite. As we said, yeah, but he can't be worse than Di Maria. Di Maria is not making any decision, good or bad. He's just out there. But as Tony said, they play with 9 players because Di Maria and Messi are not playing. They're both on the same side of the field. Yeah. We're looking at each other saying, we ain't doing this running. Let them kids go run for us. And go get the ball for us. And even when they do, Di Maria's not in the game. No, I'm not, I get perturbed. I am Kranky, Ricardo. You don't hear the name? It may be K, but it should have been C, but I just use K to give it some flavor. Yeah, I get cranky sometimes. I hate to see nonsense. At the end of the day, I want Canada to beat Argentina. Did you realize that? I want Canada to win the game. I don't want Argentina to win. They just won the World Cup. They don't need to win anymore. I want Canada to win. Canada is in CONCACAF. I want a CONCACAF team to do well. US got knocked out. Costa Rica got knocked out. Panama got knocked out. Jamaica knocked out themselves. I mean, they gave themselves a left and a right hook. I mean, yeah, I want a CONCACAF team to do well, and Canada is doing well. Plus, we beat Canada. So if Canada beat Argentina, we can say we beat the team who beat the team, right? Right? We beat Canada to go to the Nations League semifinal. So we can say we beat Canada and they beat Argentina. So we could have beaten Argentina by extrapolation. Not reality, but by extrapolation. So. Yes, I would agree with that shower curtain, boss. Boy, these names on YouTube are the best. I'm gonna call you SCB. I would agree, SCB. Jesse Marsh has done a good job with them, actually. I think they press much more than they used to press. I think they're a little bit more. They're more cohesive. No, they look like a competent team, actually, under Jesse Marsh. Doesn't mean they didn't play well before, but I think they do look well, actually. And they're not scoring goals, and they still made the semifinals. So yeah, the two forwards is not working for me. Two forwards up front. And Alphonso Davies need to play four. Either he plays a left midfield, so he can help you defensively, or he plays on the wing, but he should not be playing left back. Sorry, he should not. They don't have enough offensive firepower for him to play left back. Gold. What are you talking about, Yadi? Hey, as I said before, I don't understand it, and I'm not that smart. So if you want to go buy some asset that you understand, go buy it. Go buy it. Go deal with the cryptocurrencies. Go understand the blockchain and the books surrounding that, how that works. Yeah, it's supposed to be a much more secure way of doing transaction. It's supposed to cut out the middle banks or the banks. We understand all of that. They don't know how you value those assets. So, yeah.
I'm like you, Bertram. I don't understand it.
No, I don't. I'm not pretending. We used to have a lot of conversation at my workplace about this, by the way. Tons of conversation. With some people say they understand it. And when I drill them, I you don't understand what you're talking about. You think you understand it, but you don't understand it. Because what we struggle with is the valuation for the asset, right? You buy a house, you use comparable for house to buy your house. Is there 10 houses in my neighborhood? What's the price of those houses? If it's a commercial property or a rental property, what's the present value of the cash flow, for example, to figure that out? I don't know how to do it for crypto, so I don't get involved. Don't get involved. Leave it alone. You don't understand it? Leave it alone. If you just joined us, we're talking cryptocurrency. I'm just kidding. We're talking Argentina versus Canada. We are very proud of Canada. They're losing by 1-0. Defensive lapse, lack of pressure on the ball in midfield, resulting in the ball going to Alvarez, who played the ball between the keeper's legs. But I think Canada has held their own in the first half. Argentina has not gotten a ton of chances. A couple of half chances by Messi. but they haven't really broke down Canada down to penetrate and create clear-cut chances like they normally do. So Canada should feel happy with their performance in the first half.
So just give you a couple of stats that you might be interested in. Possession 60-40 to Argentina, 8 shots to 4, 1 on target each. So it's not really that kind of game, buzzing with chances and opportunities. Yeah, I think if I was Jesse March, I'd be looking to make a change immediately, and because you can't just keep playing the way you are and hope that they're just going to score a goal. Yeah, it could happen, but I think, you know, when you're behind and you can affect change, you should do it.
You know, I may be overly critical, but a lot of managers' in-game management does not impress me, I must admit. Even Arteta's in-game management, I struggle with. Even when Wenger was manager, you know, Wenger's change was between 67 and 70 minutes, right? On a continuous basis. I don't know if it's some analytical thing they have done to figure out this is when I make the change. So if I put Tony on the field and Tony hasn't played well in the first half, I have to give Tony 17 minutes or 22 minutes to make sure I wasn't wrong. I don't know what it is, but it's not logical to me. Unlike people like Mourinho, who would change you, and Conte would change you in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not working, you're off. Yeah, some managers, even Southgate gets a lot of blame for, or a lot of criticism for how he managed the game. Like, Southgate is a reactive manager. He believed the 11 put on the field should finish the game. I truly believe that's what he thinks it is. So if you look at the last game, it's what he did the last game, right? Like Arteta does. He just threw a bunch of offensive players. They didn't know where they're playing. He threw on Essay, threw on Palmer, just put a bunch of players. They go and put on shot, go play. You figure it out when you're on the field. Yeah, that's a kind of lie. I was hoping you convinced me. My bank and Niamo, because no, your bank can't lose your savings. Inflation is not that high for your dollars to be depreciating. So put your money in a high yield savings account. Let it sit there. You're getting 4.5%, 4.4%. It's higher than inflation. You're okay. Be patient. You don't have to get 10, 20, 30% return on your money. I'll go buy. You know what? I don't want to give you any investment advice about what stock you should buy, because I would say I'm not a licensed investment expert. You got to qualify those things. You know, they go on YouTube giving advice. But I would look into AI type stock. That's what I would do. But I'm not going to tell you to buy anything because I'm not a financial. What do you call it? I'm not a financial planner. I'm not licensed on a Series 7, 63. So I'm not giving any advice, people. Just throwing out information out there that you all should look up. And people, you should also buy Investing for Dummies. It doesn't mean that you're a dummy. It's to learn. I'm going to have these things on my channel when I start talking in general. To learn basic financial literacy, actually. It's a good thing. Yeah, you can get 4%. I think Goldman Sachs is paying 4.4%. Their bank, I forgot what the name of the bank is. It's called Marcus, actually. You can get 4.4% at Goldman on a Marcus. I don't think you need any minimum amount to. It's an online bank, actually. I think Cap One also pays over 4.5%. Don't have your money in a savings account like at Chemical. I'm dating myself. At Chase, you're getting 0.00 on your money. I think Marcus, Capital One, there are a bunch of banks paying over 4% on your money.
Chase Saver is 4.1.
Yeah. Where? What? Which one?
The Chase Saver account.
But do they have a minimum amount though? Because some of them have minimum amounts.
No, the maximum is $1 million though.
Here we have somebody. So people, I didn't say he always change within 30. I say if you're not playing really well, and he will make a change in the first 30 minutes. So will Conte. I didn't say that's what he does on a regular basis. Boy, I can't take things and just twist it on the one and then say, "Oh, people say, why may I tell you?" I say he's not afraid to make those changes. I seen Arteta does it once with what's the name of the kid from Portugal who we bought. He was at Nottingham Forest, the left back. In that game he was playing against Liverpool and he was atrocious and he pulled him after 35 minutes. I can't remember. Tavares, yeah. He pulled him up there. But that's not what Arteta does. Inflation is not 8%. What are you talking about, Yadi? You must be talking about in Jamaica. Inflation in the US is not 8%. I don't think inflation is more than 4%. It's not 8%.
So we're off.
I don't know what 8% you're getting. It may have been 8% during COVID. It's not 8% now. Game is restarting and Alvarez goes down already. Inflation in the US is 3.3%. So I don't know where you talk about 8%. No, which country you talk. See, Megatron says Synchrony Bank gives 4.5%. Yeah, number of banks pay 4.5%. It's lower than the treasury rate. Banks can make their differential between what they pay you and what they invest in, and it's a secure savings. So yeah, you're getting above inflation. So your money is not depreciating. But you got to pay tax on the you have to pay tax on the interest you earn.
Does that differ by state?
So there you can pay 2 or 3 different tax rates. So in the UK, you probably pay one tax rate. You pay one tax rate for the country is what do you call a progressive tax system. So you pay between 0 and 39,000, I think, and between 39 and 150 or something like that, and then you pay a bunch of money after 150, or 149, whatever it is. In the US, you pay federal tax, right, which is like national tax, and then you pay state tax, and you may pay city tax, and you could pay local tax, and then you also have property tax. So you have income tax, which could be federal, state, city, and some locales. But it's all, your tax rate could be over 50% in some place like California. And then you have like tax you pay on your property, which is higher in some states. But some states have no tax, like Nevada and Florida, for example. That's why more seasoned people go to Florida to live, because they can keep more of their money when they retire. You just joined us. We're in the 47-minute game. Argentina leading Canada by 1-0. And Canada has not been dominated. They're pressuring the ball and putting Argentina under pressure. This Argentina team look ordinary, people, I must admit. They look ordinary. But the highest tax rate in the UK and the US, if you add up all the taxes, is not that far, actually. If you make up a 150 in the US and 150 in the UK, depending on what state you're in, it could be similar. If you're in Florida, it's going to be less, actually, than the UK. But if you're not a state like New York, where the highest rate is 12-point-some%, California is a little bit higher, you could pay a lot of money in taxes. Good ball, Canada. Davis has it now. He should go wide. Go wide, Davis. He goes wide. Poor pass. Poor pass. What a horrible pass he gave him. You guys had him on the run, and he just make a bad pass. I think that was being. You said I was out of bounds?
It's a throw-in, isn't it?
Yeah. Mr. Don says in 35% tax bracket. So, Mr. Don, I don't understand that. Federal tax bracket, I assume you're talking about. Say if you're in the 35% tax bracket in federal, then you're probably in the 12% tax bracket in New York, 10 or 12%. That's about 45%. You pay 6.47 for FICA. If you're self-employed, you got to double that. It's a lot of money in taxes. A lot of money. Argentina coming forward with the ball on the edge of the box. Trying to cut it back. Outside for a corner to Argentina. Yes, you got to pay taxes so we can pay for Social Security and all those other things that we have. You know, UK used to have some things you could do in the UK to avoid taxes, especially when you weren't a resident. You could set up a corporation, don't take out any of your money, just leave it in there, let it grow. And then when you leave, you just take your money with you. And they cut it off when I left. It wasn't a bad deal at all. So all them lot of rich people who come to the UK could keep their money offshore and not worry. As long as you weren't a resident and you didn't plan to be a resident.
Terrible cross.
Yeah.
I
Uh-oh.
mean,
Uh-oh. Go Argentina. Oh, it's poor. What are they calling? Canada is saying it's not a goal, but I think Messi scored. We'll see what happens. Canada is saying that there's
offside.
I don't know what they're calling.
It's Enzo, isn't it?
Can be. It's not offside. Yeah, he was in offside position. Yeah, it should be offside. He was in the offside position. The ball was kicked where he was, and he touched it actually. Messi touched it. So unless he was onside, yeah, they're saying it's a goal. He was onside. Somebody must have been deep then. It looked offside from here. I don't see the replay.
Yeah.
He's saying it's a goal.
He's offside.
Looks offside. He touched the ball too.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He's way offside. No, that defender. No, the defender is there. No, the defender is there.
On the
way
line.
Onside. Yeah. I don't know. It's when the ball got him, was the defender pass him? That's interesting.
That's onside. Yeah, he's onside.
He's onside. When the ball was kicked, he was onside. That defender was out of position.
Yeah, he came from behind the goal when he should have stayed off.
Yep. Because the Argentina player was off too. Argentina had to play off the field, you know.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, he should have stayed off. He brought him onside.
Well, I think that's pretty much game.
That is game. That's game, set, and match as far as I'm concerned. If you just join us, Canada losing by 2 goals to Argentina. We're in the 52nd minute. Doesn't look good for Canada.
See,
what are you talking about, Yardi, about buying food and gas? Yardi, what are you talking about? You're hearing audio. Is the audio on, Tony? Because somebody said they're hearing audio. I don't want them to sanction me.
Yeah.
I wasn't hearing it, but I guess they're hearing it. Yeah, I don't want to get sanctioned. I just started. Can't afford to get sanctioned. We closed down before I start. Because if I close down, I'm not starting again on our channel. I'm sorry. If they lock me down, I'm done. I want my life back.
You ain't done. You ain't lived unless you've had a channel closed.
No, if I had a channel closed, I'm done. Not doing this. It's too much work to even start it, much less to get it shut down.
Yeah.
Amen. So they can sub Messi now. I thought he was subbed already. Was he playing? He scored a goal and have a chance, but he doesn't do too much running. He's not stressed. Yeah, the defender fell asleep. And Messi miskicked that, you know. I cannot see this Argentina team beating Colombia or Uruguay. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I can't either.
I can't see it.
Not the way them two players. Nah. Tomorrow's game's going to be way better than this. There we go. Substitutes.
And bringing on a midfielder, Miller, and Ahmed, who's I think he's a winger, actually. Yeah, he should have taken off Schaffelberger from halftime, actually. That's where coaches just don't know what the hell they're doing. He is poor for the first half. Like, it's hard to be poor than how he played. He should not go out for the second half.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Real Nurse. Appreciate it. He should not go out for the second half. So, seriously. Bless up, Wun. Thanks for joining. If you just join us, Canada making changes. They just made 2. They're down by. It's interesting. They're showing the replay. The Argentina player is off the field. He ain't come back on the field, but the defender was in no man's land. No, he scored. Amen. And Messi's the one who scored that last goal. That ball touched him, actually. So it's his goal. He probably would have scored anyway, but he got in the way and he got the goal. So Wun is hailing up everybody that he knows on the. See, like it's everybody on. He's only 39 people on the chat, so he's hailing up everybody. You forgot some names, Wun.
What's this long delay?
Yeah.
Drop ball.
So all this is rehearsal for Canada, for the World Cup coming up in 2026. All these games are good rehearsal for them to try to compete. You going to that World Cup, Tony? It's in the States, You have to say yes.
I don't, because I've been to been to 3 World Cups already.
Yeah? You went to the last one?
Three Olympics.
How do I get tickets for Olympics? I went to the last Olympics. No, I went to the Olympics in 2012. I didn't go to the last one, actually. Went to the one in 2012.
Yeah.
Play him in, yes. What an awful... That's got to be Jonathan David. Yep. I didn't see at Jamaica, you're no good. Sorry. You get a clear ball to go through and you kick the ball out. How do you even do that? That's hard to do. That's poor. I don't know how he survived on the field. That's poor
decision making.
Poor. I have no idea what he was doing anyway.
Yeah.
Poor.
I mean, the ball to him wasn't great, but what he did with it was even worse.
Well, his first touch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to give yourself a chance at least.
Yep. At least. That stadium is full of Argentina fans. I bet there's probably less than 100 Canadian fans in the stadium. And there's Argentina fans galore. And it's sold out, by the way. So why don't he should put Alphonso Davies more. Is he playing him more forward? I don't see him in the defense anymore.
Turn out.
I think some of Canada's passing is just hopeful passing. And no passing with conviction when they get deep into Argentina area.
That's great play by Argentina.
Referee, you cannot call up playback. You already say play on. So you can't call it back when they had a touch of the ball and moving forward. You can't call it back. Sorry. I don't agree with that. Call the foul the first time. It was a foul. Call it the first time.
Yeah, but you do get...
The ball is gone, so you made a pass. They made a pass out of it. You can't... How long are you going to make the play go on first before you do so?
You're allowed to. You're allowed to do that.
Not for a long time. There's a limited period of time you should have to do that.
I think it's more than 5 seconds, which is definitely not as long as that play was extended for.
That press is working, though. Cross it to him. He loses the ball again. He's useless. Seriously. He's useless. Jonathan Davis, people, has been awful. And he's only on the field because of his reputation. He does nothing. And how much ball he's turned over tonight? Tony, you have his stats? I got to look up his stats. His stats must be the worst. Seriously. No, it get past being annoying.
It's not worth it.
Argentina versus Canada. Ball. So for our silver score of Jonathan David having a 6.2, they must be grading on the curve, on a high curve. And they have him have an 83% passing accuracy. We watching the same game? Let me see something. No, something's wrong here. Let me look at this. Yes, 30 touches. I'm watching the wrong game, I swear. Ground duels won 2 of 9. Some of those were no duel. Possession lost 11 times. 30 touches, 11 possessions lost.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah. And he has a rating of 6.2. I have no idea where you get that rating from. That's a buying rating. That's like a hurricane rating. It's like a 4. Megatron says David was linked with this game. He said Jonathan David was linked with Spurs. I'm sure it's fake news. No, at one time he was highly rated. He was scoring a lot of goals for, was it Lille, where he was playing for? But he's fell up. Nobody's pursuing him, and his price has dropped significantly because he's showing you in this region he's not playing well. Oh, that's a yellow card. He took him out. That's a bad tackle.
Ooh.
Well, he feel like he had no choice, right? You're taking down. It's not a red card. It's a yellow card. He didn't even touch him that much. He barely touched him. It looked worse than it's. He was going to tackle him and he tried to pull out, and he barely touched him. And he's rolling like he's dying.
Yeah, he barely touches him.
Barely touches him.
If at all.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. The inception of this program. Barely touch him. He's dying. Oh my Lord, the world's come to an end.
My gosh, if at all.
Barely touched him. Barely, and then the Argentinians acting like he got this. He made the Argentinians think that he got a horrible tackle. He didn't. He pulled out of the tackle. He's gonna roll and complain and curse and throw his hands up and carry on. It's annoying. I agree with the English. Those things should be banned on the football.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's already got to the point beyond which we can ban it. More substitutes, one of each. Otamendi, is that coming on for Argentina?
Yeah, somehow they always find ways to bring Otamendi on the field. I don't know why. They always figure out a way to get him on the field. Always. Somehow I think the coaches love him for some reason. Canada. Jonathan David off? Should have been off a long time ago. He did nothing. He's a waste. You can't be that poor. Maybe it's a long season. Maybe I'm harsh on him. 81,000 people, 80,000. I don't think there's 1,000 Canadians in the stands. I don't see any. I've been watching the camera go around the stadium. I don't see 1,000 Canadians. Just like watching Jamaica play, where you can't see any Jamaicans in the stand playing against a Latin America or South American team. Canada moving the ball well up the field. If you're Jonathan David, you should be embarrassed. You're supposed to be playing in League One of the top league. You're playing against a big team, and you get pulled after 64 minutes, and you're supposed to be the star forward. That's what England should do with Kane, by the way.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do it. I think Ollie Watkins or Ivan Toney would be better. Kane playing like he's in quicksand.
He's had a long season, scored a lot of goals.
It is a long season. And he scored a ton of goals for Bayern. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's not young anymore.
Champions League final. Oh, that was a good thought by Emi Martinez.
Uh-oh. So Alphonso Davies says he's hurt, and the referee said play on. If that was Messi, he wouldn't say play on. Trust me. He would not say play on if that was Messi. So now he wants to stop the field. The man got kicked really bad, and then you're going to say play on. But when Messi gets tackled, you don't say play on. That should have been a foul. He got the ball, but he also got the man. I didn't see Canada player run over to the player like they want to fight or something and carry on for that tackle. And that tackle was worse than the tackle that the Canadian player made on the Argentina player. Yeah, Davis should play for the guys. Davis should play for the forward. He's wasted playing in defense, even though he overlaps quite a bit. He's wasted. In fact, it looks like he's hurt now. How the referee don't think that's a foul is beyond me. Looks like he's in serious pain. There's some Canadian fans there. 3 and 2, 5. That's what I count. I count 5. And they all have flags too. So they make it look more than what the number really is. And Canada is not that far from New York. It's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, it's not at all.
Yeah. Mr. Davis is acting. Maybe he's tired. Who knows?
Yeah, soccer just isn't picking up in Canada the way they probably want it to do.
No, I think it's decent. What I notice is that I don't think people travel well. So Canadians will come and support the team when they're in Canada, but they're not. It doesn't travel well. Davis is hurt. He's sitting down. So whoever says he's pretending, Aim Henry, I don't think he's pretending.
I mean, if you think
looks like he can't continue.
Yeah, he's done. He's finished.
Yep, he's taking his shoes off. He got hurt.
Other Canadian sports that would travel, the Raptors.
Yeah.
The ice hockey teams.
That was a bad tackle, They just showing you a game from behind. That's a bad tackle. And the ref didn't call a foul on that tackle. That's a bad tackle.
Yeah, you go through the man, innit?
Yeah. If I'm the coach, I'm berating the ref. I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask him why when Messi got attacked, you gave it Messi, and when the other player got tackled and his Argentina brethren got all hot under the collar. I don't see the same response for Alphonso Davies getting kicked.
There's your 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, they showed you 5 more?
Oh, there's a few more.
Oh, okay. They're always doing waves in the stadium. Isn't waves dated?
Yeah, it's a popular thing. It's probably 50.
Oh, okay. It's sold out though, boy. See that crowd? Yeah. Trying to get out of there is not the easiest thing tonight. Yeah. Not trying to get out of that stadium.
I'll tell you what, Rick, talking about getting out, I have tickets to the semi-finals of the Olympic men's football. The game starts at 8 o'clock. The last train leaves at 9.
You better have a hotel.
Oh, yeah. That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Crazy. Because the semi-finals in Lyon. And yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, why would you not put another train on after the game?
Because a lot of people would stay in England, right? They stay in England and go to the Olympics because it's probably expensive to stay in Paris, frankly. So it's about a 3-hour train ride to come back to England.
It is, but it's a bit much to go. I mean, I'm out there for 2 weeks.
Oh.
So
I leave vacation and Olympics.
Yeah. I leave on the 1st of August. I return. The final day of the tournament is the 11th of August, and I come back on the 12th.
Okay.
That's the end of Alphonso Davies.
Yep, they put him out. Their star man is out.
It's crazy.
I've only been to the Olympics when it was in the UK. Actually, I went to men's 100-meter final. It was the first time I've ever been treated like a celebrity. I had on my Jamaican gear. Best time ever. Best time ever. Everybody don't take a picture with me.
So I had to make a massive decision in the athletics because obviously the event to go to is the 100-meter, but
yeah,
the 100-meter, the day of the 100-meter final has no other final that I would be remotely interested in. In fact, there's very few.
Oh, okay.
So I went for the 200-meter final instead because I get the women's 400, the men's 110-meter hurdles final, and the 200 hurdle.
How you get tickets? Because I know people want tickets. They couldn't get tickets.
They're on. You go on the website. They're still selling tickets now.
Oh,
so
yeah?
What happens is they basically divvied out the tickets at all the different countries.
Oh, okay.
And then after a while, if countries have sent back tickets, that they're now coming on sale every Thursday morning. There's another set of tickets getting released on sale.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good feat. Referee. Seriously? These Canadians will be vexed.
You had to go through the man to get the ball, didn't you? That's a foul. Now, it's close to being a penalty, but you have to call the foul because the man fell. I believe that the referee Jamaica-Ecuador game, they should have checked his bank account. Stonewall penalty he didn't give.
Yeah.
Even the Ecuadorian players will say it's penalty. Everybody say it's penalty. Stonewall
Interestingly,
penalty.
This game is in New Jersey, and there was boxing this weekend in New Jersey, and there was an absolute robbery. When I say most people saw the champion winning, and he's a New Yorker too, Shaki Foster. He was fighting a Brazilian, and most people think he won 11 out of 12 rounds, and he lost it. He lost his title. It was what?
Really?
There's an actual investigation being launched because it's one of the worst cases of like daylight robbery you'll ever see.
Well, but boxing always have these, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but this one is egregious. This one is totally.
I thought what's his name beat Fury and Ngannou beat Fury. I didn't think Fury won that fight. That was more subjective, but I don't think Fury won it.
He didn't win it, but he definitely was very close.
It was close, yeah, but he didn't win the fight. Yeah. That knocked down to me till I gave Uncanny the fight. Yeah. Frankly, he could have scored a 2-point round. But boxing is known for that. Boxing is an expert on just money being in there. Oh, Canada pressuring them. Wow. Argentina is not impressive. I'm telling you, they're not impressive at all. I can't wait for Colombia or Uruguay to play them. I I want to see how that game goes because I can't see them beating either of those teams.
Yeah, I can't either.
Possible because somehow they always find a way, but Kone has played well actually. I think Kone has been Canada's best player. Control the ball. A good ball by Kone. Handball referee. He's calling a foul. That's not a foul. I don't think that's a foul. I'm gonna see that. I have to see that again. 80,102 people in the stadium. Yeah, no, they're not impressive. I don't. They're not impressive at all. Yeah, no, they're gonna be in the final. And when you're in the final in the tournament, you can win anything. Anything can happen. That's like how England's gonna win the Euro in their minds. We'll see if it materializes on the field. But by the way, tomorrow, people, we will have Tony and I doing a watch along, a simulcast of the England versus Netherlands game. Oh, you're not gonna be there?
No.
All right, so I will do a single cast of England versus Netherlands, and then in the evening I'm going to do the better game, Colombia versus Uruguay. That should be a great game. Yeah. Having changed for Argentina, Di Maria, who took up space today, is off. I have no idea what he did. He took up space on the field today. I don't know how you survive and play 77 minutes in a game where you didn't contribute. So McAllister is off, Di Maria is off, Alvarez is off. For Palacio, Gonzalez, and Martinez, Arturo Martinez. So my boy doesn't get in the game again.
Yeah,
Garnacho.
You'd think this game has got his name written all over it.
I know. Let's say they go with the same team when they play against the winner of the Colombia Uruguay game.
You'd think they would because you want. Oh look at that! Oh Lord, really? See, that's the kind of thing that somehow retrospective justice needs to be shown, because that ball must have hit him like so softly.
And his back hurt. That was a hard kick. That is dangerous kicking that ball. He must have broke his spine or something.
God.
At some point, we get into the ridiculous. At some point, we get to the ridiculous. And Argentina is it's ridiculous.
I'm actually gonna send you something because I saw something even more like ridiculous than that. Someone sent it to me. I don't see if I can find it.
People, I'm getting a message here. I'm not sure how true it is. That Sharika Jackson's physiotherapist, Troy Evans, has confirmed via Instagram that the world champion didn't pick up a serious injury. She had cramp in her hamstring. Now, don't ask me what cramp in your hamstring mean. I thought when you have cramp in your hamstring, it's dangerous. But apparently, she had a cramp. How do you get a cramp in your hamstring? I don't know about that. But anyway, so that means she probably should be okay. Frankly.
Go have a look at what I just sent you on your WhatsApp.
I'm doing that now. Is the referee touch him? He died. He died. You can't make this up with South Americans. They have to stop. They should, you know what? You should be sent off for that, Tony. So people, don't just send me something where a player is running off. I guess the referee just warned him, and the ref just barely touched him with his index finger, like this. People, seriously, just barely. If I could show this to you, but I probably shouldn't because I don't want to get canceled. Barely touched him in the back like this, and he fell over like he died. That's what what's his name just did a while ago when the guy kicked the ball in his back, and all the Argentinians are crowding around you as if. Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop. It's embarrassing. Really embarrassing. I hope Canada come back and score a goal and so they get nervous. I'm just not an Argentina fan. It has nothing to do with their play acting, by the way. They've taken this to a different level. 81 minutes in, Argentina leading Canada by 2-0. Argentina think the game's over. They've made 3 changes. By the way, Messi's still playing because he'll never get tired. You have to run to get tired. He'll never be tired. He should never be tired for the rest of his career. He plays at one speed.
He's just having a little jog now. The ball came about.
He must sense the ball's going to come to him. He jogs when he senses the ball's going to come to him.
It came about 6 yards towards him, but it wasn't close enough for him to make a run for it.
Yeah, if the ball is close to him, he's going to jump for it. That's the only time he comes to life. Otherwise, he's not. It's not happening. Argentina is pressing, actually. It's interesting. Canada keeping the ball, but they're not progressing the ball. If you're down 2-0, you don't have time to play at the back trying to be cute.
Yeah, you need a spark up front, don't you? Now you need to be looking to get this into the feet of a striker who can have a go.
Yep.
Even if you can have a go from outside the box, you have to create something. There we go. Oh,
that's poor. Messi actually sprinted a while ago. I guess he turned the ball over. He gets energy when the ball comes around. All of a sudden, he comes to life.
Yeah, he made that one sprint and then he decided that was it. I'm not pressing after that.
Hey, Henry, you don't like Justin Marsh, do you? Or you just don't like Canada? Which one, Henry? Justin Marsh has done a good job for Canada. Play the ball wide. Come on, Canada. Put a goal in that. That's a good cross. Argentinians, stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. You guys are just killing me. Man did nothing to you. You didn't even kick the ball.
That's terrible.
Stop the nonsense. And that's Martinez, too.
Yeah. He's terrible.
Nothing. You fell on your hands. Nothing to you. Nothing did nothing. You fell on the man's leg, actually. And you acted as if you're dying.
He fell on top of him.
I know. He didn't get kicked, nothing, and he's acting as if he died. At some point, it becomes just not acceptable. It's a good move. Come on, Canada, please score a goal. That's a yellow card, referee. I don't know which game you're referring. These referees are awful. That's a yellow card. The man has almost not a breakaway, but semi-breakaway. It's a yellow card.
He's very biased, isn't he?
Yeah, very. Come on, Kenny. You got to move off the ball. Move off the ball. We're in the 85th minute. Argentina cruising to the Copa America final. If you're a Brazil fan, your team is not good, by the way. So you know that. And a lot of Jamaicans are Brazil fan. Your team is just probably the worst Brazil side ever, even though a lot of players playing in Europe.
I agree. Worst ever. No.
Yeah, it's a really bad team. Really bad team.
Oh, what was that?
Maybe he just got tired. He was going to kick the ball away and get off the field.
He can't be tired. He only come on 10 minutes ago.
I don't know what he was doing. That's not even a shot. I mean, he's back in his rocking chair. So Argentina is cruising to another Copa Finals, people. It won't be that easy against Uruguay or Colombia. Even if Uruguay or Colombia have 10 men, it's going to be a more difficult game. They're crying now. You're going to see a lot of people bundled up fighting because tackles will be thrown on in that game. You can't beat the man there, so man. Come on. I don't know what you're doing. So because Messi jump, you're going to call a foul. And you're going to give a yellow card. Or if you need to stop.
Of course. It's Messi. And a card. Wow. Really?
No, I think the card may have been for the Argentinian for a previous fight.
Oh.
No, that one you sent me though, Tony, is the best. I gotta save this one. Man, the referee touched him in his back with a pinky finger, and the man is rolling around like he's dying. Jesus. Is this as a Brazilian player? Can't make it up.
No, really? How did you not score? Really? Really? How did you not score?
Yeah, he needed to go high and to the left, didn't he? He's just kicking and hoping. He's not kicking with any purpose or any conviction. At least Canada can say they made the semifinals of the Copa. They were there.
Yeah.
They didn't play to their best, frankly. They didn't. It's not their best. It can't be their best effort. They could have done better.
Play better, really? Do you think?
I think they could have done better. I mean, offensively, they could have done better. I just people think that Jonathan David is not producing. I think he's overrated. I think if the game that they lost too long, the first game they played better. They created easy chances. They probably should look at. They're creating chance again. You know, that could have been a goal a while ago. That header should have scored. Came hard, but the goal was open. He was trying to guide it. That he could have scored that goal.
Should have scored.
A little bit too late, but no, he has to hit the target on that. Come on.
Yeah.
Got to hit the target in front of the goal. Yeah, I won't say they're terrible, Stefan. I would just say it was been a long season because everybody looked like they're tired. Argentina didn't play well at all. I can't wait to see him in the final against Colombia or Uruguay. Yeah, he has to. They just showed you again. He has to hit the target on that.
Do one of those teams have a very weakened team tomorrow because of yellow cards?
I thought they started over again. Actually, unlike the Euros.
Oh, okay.
I think they're a bit more flexible here. They couldn't do that, Tony. They wouldn't have any players left after one round. They just wouldn't. How many yellow cards they've given out in some games? 4 and 5 yellow cards some games.
Yeah.
And even then, I think the ref have been generous by giving out 4 or 5. Should be like 10, 11. Megatron, I plan to, it's gonna be a lot of disclaimers, Megatron. I plan to have another channel, and I'll have some of those discussion actually. So I do plan to have another channel, a much more broad-based channel, talk about a lot of different things, but we'll have some of this discussion with a lot of caveats to it. You're right. So I don't have the SEC coming in down bugging my door about me giving them financial advice. But yes, I plan to do that. In fact, those finance channels, I think, are the most popular and most lucrative channels on YouTube. And people
really all go out?
I don't think it went out. Yeah.
I don't think the whole ball went out.
I don't think it went out either.
It was offside.
Argentina didn't create anything in the second half, Tony. Think about the game, Tony. Did they create anything in the second half at all? Canada has been in their end of the field for most of the second half.
Yeah.
Canada doesn't know what to do when it gets to the final third. It loses its bearing.
Yeah, just like that. You beat the man and then you play out of touch.
I know. Amen. Says, you don't like Jesse March. You don't think he's a good coach because he got Leeds relegated. Bielsa was going to get Leeds relegated. And Bielsa is at Uruguay. And he's deemed to be a genius. So I don't know how that works. You think treat him like a genius. He's sitting there on his knees for most of the game or stooping down, and people think he's a genius. He has Uruguay playing well, though. I think Jesse March is a good coach. I think nobody said Canada do this well in this tournament. And he can't go score for Jonathan David or for Lauren or any of those other forwards who don't know what the hell they're doing up there. Jamaica is not worthless. We just need a coach because we don't have one. We're not worthless. We just need a coach. We just need. Let me just say this, JFF. We need a Spanish coach, one that knows how to play possession football. We don't need a K&H coach, a kick and hope coach. We just had one. Didn't work out. Game is over, people. And that's the end of it. Argentina is in the final of Copa America again. So they have a chance to win consecutive Copa Americas. Alvarez scored the first goal. Messi scored the second goal. Canada played well enough for Canada, frankly. They didn't embarrass themselves. In fact, second half, I think they were the better team. Argentina didn't do much. Argentina, 2 senior players played like their age. At their ages, they played real like their ages. They both were like 40 plus, actually. But they won. That's the most important thing. So Argentina will play.
Canada lack a striker and a creative midfielder.
I think they lack an offensive punch. Actually, they play well until up to the 18, and then they struggle.
Yeah.
They have to. We have to. In today's football, striker is just a loss. It's a lost art, man. You can't find dynamic strikers, right? They're just not around anymore. I don't know what's happening in football. Wingers are dime a dozens. Creative, explosive, dynamic wingers are dime a dozens. Not strikers, people. Not the kind of strikers you want, anyway. So, Copa America final. When is that? Sunday? I look it up. Another third place is on Saturday. I'm trying to find. Yep. 8 o'clock. Both finals are on the same day, actually, Sunday. 3 o'clock Sunday is Spain versus the winner of Spain versus England on Sunday.
Say it properly. The winner of.
No, Spain versus England on Sunday. England is playing Netherlands tomorrow. But the Netherlands are known for not wanting to go to finals. Or if they go to finals, they're going to lose. So why go Netherlands? You know you don't win anything. Okay? So the winner of the England-Netherlands match is going to play Sunday at 3 o'clock against Spain. Will be the dominant team.
Won the European Cup.
Spain has won the European Cup, yes.
No,
Netherlands won it in the 80s, right? They won it in 88? When did they win it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And then it must be 88 because World Cup was 86 and 90. And then on Sunday, Argentina will play the winner of the Colombia versus Uruguay game, which should be a heck of a match, actually. So Sunday we're gonna be here again, people, doing watch along for both games, both finals. Should be awesome because I don't have to work on Monday. I've taken time off from my job on a permanent basis. I decided not to go back to work. I decided YouTube is going to be my job from now on. YouTube showed me how much money I made over the last month and a half. I need to show you. Let me see how much money it is. Let me see if I can find it. It is. See if you can see this, people. See if you can see this. Can you make this out? Can you make how much money I made? Can you see how much money? You can't see it, can you? If you can't see it, I can read it for you. See if you can't see it. It's $13.14. I'm rich. And you know why? Because you ain't give me no likes and you ain't give me no share and you're not giving me any subscribers. That's why I'm getting $14 in a month. And in New York, you came by. Somebody told me that inflation was 8%. So if that's the case, even though it's not, people, by the way, it's 3-point-something%. Maybe you can't buy anything with that $14, $13, whatever the number is. But anyway, hey Tony, always great, Tony. I know it's late for you. It's after 1.
Thank you very much, bro.
It's great having you as usual. You available? You available for Sunday?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do Sunday. We'll do the simulcast for the final Euro, and then we'll do my channel for the Copa.
Yeah.
All right,
my
sir.
friend.
Have a good night.
Take care.
All right, take care. All right, people. It is 9:58 on the East Coast. It's 8:58 in Jamaica. It's always great having you. Always great having you being here. I made sweetie money. You know, eat sweetie in the Devon. Stop eating anything in the Devon. So call it something. Make apple money. You know, you can buy a couple of apple with it. Or some oranges. I love oranges, actually, especially the one from California. Hey, BM. BM. Well, nothing give me like, but keep do the work. I say every day. I tell Tony every day. We think say no, boy. I mean, I'm gonna get myself involved in it. You know, this thing has too much work, star. I think I make thumbnail every day. I have to come up with ideas every day. Enough work. May I complain? May I tell a lie? May I complain? But anyway, it's been good, people. Yes, shower curtain bot. I am very proud of Canada. I think second half Canada was a better team. I think in this region, the teams have to work on the play from the middle of the opponent's half to the goal. How do I progress there, especially when there are a lot of people in the box? I don't think coaches work on that enough. I know Jamaica coach work on defense enough. How do I break down a defense that's well situated, well constructed? That has to be worked on quite a bit because I'm not sure we do good enough job of that. So what one was saying, Devon Porter, if I was head of the JFF and Devon Porter, how much should be after Devon Porter? 1-1. If I was head of JFF, you would be my first appointment. You deserve rewarding, but I wouldn't know if you do it for the love. I think Devon does it for the love. If he was looking for a reward, he can't look at the JFF. They ain't paying him nothing. He's been doing that for years and doing a good job. They ain't paying him. But no, Canada should be proud. Probably for all the teams in Kickoff, the proudest one actually. I think US had a raw deal with Weah getting that red card. I still think US would have progressed really well. US played well. He had a difficult opponent. Travis Colombia win. I don't know. I think it's between Colombia and Uruguay. But you never know about Argentina. Somehow they get lucky. Somehow they get lucky, but trust me, they were poor tonight. Poor. Frankly, on the overall basis, Canada was a better team. Even though I'm not sure they came out. Argentina got out of the first gear, but they were not impressive. Now, people, I say this: it's been a long season. I think it's unfair to these players to be playing football 11 plus months of the year. We all love football. We all want to watch football, but they're not motor cars. They don't use gas. They're human beings. They need rest. They need to be recharged. And they put people who own the football calendar to do a better job of how they space out the games, how they space out the competitions. Because most teams are going to preseason week after next week. In fact, some are in preseason already. One talk about preseason. They're in preseason already. They're going to start their preseason tours. I think Arsenal is here in a week or a week and a half or so. So it's ridiculous and some players after the Euro and Copa will have to get their 2-week rest. Then they jump back into going to their leagues, which are pretty taxing. So if I'm playing football from August all the way through July, that can't be healthy. I know people are going to say, well, they play a game and they practice, but it's tough on those guys. Yeah, the money doesn't justify it, BM. And it's not about feeling sorry for them. It's just that the body breaks down. That's why so much players are getting injured. Too much football. You hear basketball players complain, NFL players complain. Yeah, they make a lot of money, but it doesn't make sense to make a lot of money. It doesn't make sense. We can't watch them play at their best because we're getting second-hand football people. Euros and Copa have not been good. They've been poor. That's why England's been so poor. The only team that look good is Spain because they play possession football, frankly. So they have to run and kill themselves. They just keep the ball and you can't get the ball off them. But Copa has been awful. And Euro has not been much better. Very few good Euro games. You can sit down and say, I enjoy this. I haven't enjoyed really one Copa game yet. So, SCB saying Marsh gave Argentina a problem when he made Coney started to walk the middle and not just moving the pass. They let them work. Not that is what you call time. Yeah, look, we shouldn't expect more from Canada, frankly. They're playing the world champions. I'm sure Canada's ranking, by the way, will go up from this tournament too. Their ranking will improve. Jamaica ranking went to the dogs. Their ranking will improve from this tournament. They made a semifinal, which Brazil didn't make, by the way. And Argentina didn't dominate them at all. Your boys didn't get turned off. They dropped out. We didn't expect to do a ton in this tournament, but we could have done better. The coach resigns, so let's see what happens after the coach. We get a new coach. I'm sure the JFF. Hey Jeff, if you need somebody to help you with the interviewing process, my number is. You can call me. I think I do a decent job interviewing, especially coaches. I can look into their eyes and figure out if they're telling the truth or not, and then look at their resumes and give you some perspective. So I'm just kidding people. I'm having fun. I'm sure Ricketts and Speed and others and Chung will do a brilliant job trying to find the right coach. Let's hope they get a coach who plays possession football. No, I didn't, CC. What was your prediction? We knew Argentina was going to win. Honestly, talking about Euro, I did pick France today to win, actually, just because I want to pick the underdog. But Spain has been the best team in the tournament, without a doubt. But no, CC, I didn't write down the prediction. Yeah, we do look forward to the tournament, BM, but this one has been... It takes up the time, but it's not been the best tournament. These tournaments have not produced the best football at all. I think it's between Colombia and Uruguay. Yes, Colombia has been very, very good, but I think Uruguay has been good too. It's going to be one heck of a game tomorrow. Oh, you say Spain 2-1? Yeah. France didn't turn up. Mbappe hasn't turned up. Dembele makes... Dembele remind me of Cephas. When they get to the final third, their decision-making is warped. It's awful. Awful. But no, Colombia has been good. Colombia has been very good. And by the way, they don't have a ton of players playing at the highest level, frankly. A lot of them playing South America, but yeah. Canada 20. Oh, they're playing like it. They gave the world champion all they could handle. So they haven't hurt themselves in this tournament at all. We just need to play better as a team, as Jamaica. We need to play better. I don't think we're playing well enough as a team. We have talent in our team. I think we need to do some more recruiting. I heard more recently someone says that the process of recruiting those players we may get some of those players we're pursuing. We'll see how that goes. I say Greenwood is going to France. He's being acquired by, I forgot who's buying him. Let's hope he makes up his mind about what he wants to do, because England ain't taking him back. Nobody's talking about him in England. So Greenwood, I know you're only early 20s, but make your mind up. Mitchell at Crystal Palace. It's time you make your mind up and pick a team. Omar Hutchinson, you ain't going to play for England. Make your mind up and pick a team. So that's 3 players, 3 very good players. We need some midfielders, but they're not born on trees. Can't find them. We need a good 6. We need a good 8. We need a good 10. We need 2 wingers, Nelson, Greenwood, Hutchinson, who can also probably play the 10. That's the 3. And then with the kid from Nottingham Forest, you probably want to pick England, but his name is eluding me now. He can play even the 8. That's our team right there. We just need a 6. So JFF, get on it. Go recruit those players and bring them in. Yeah, JFF, recruit those players. They're good players. They have Jamaican heritage. If you can get them their passport and their citizenship papers, or the other way around, then it'll be a good thing. Yes, Gibbs White. Gibbs White is players thinking about. I think Gibbs White can play anywhere from 8, 10, 9, both wings. He can play anywhere. He's a really versatile player. Yeah, when he may not choose. Well, he may get this. Look, he has time on his hand, right? Because he didn't get picked for this tournament, and Palmer got picked and Gordon got picked. So he may think he's on the threshold of being called into the team. I'm sure Southgate has spoken to him already, because Southgate does a good job of bringing in players who are in the threshold of the team or just outside of the main 15, 20, 30 players, and telling them they have a chance to make the team, so they hold out for England. And I heard somebody the other day calling these kids from England rejects. But I think the person who called them rejects is also a reject. So I'm not sure how that worked. Not a good thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, we need to add players to our portfolio of players that we have now for the World Cup qualifiers for next year and for the Nation League in September. Hopefully we can get some additional players in September. We need to have a core 18 who are interchangeable. So like how Arteta is building his team, almost every player Arteta is buying nowadays can play 2 or 3 positions. Whether it's Ben White, whether it's Timber, whether it's Havertz, whether it's Calaflori, whatever his name is that we're buying now. People are looking for versatile players who are multifaceted and can play multiple positions. I think we should do the same for the national team. We have too many one-dimensional players. Even though people like Lati can play multiple positions, but we don't have them in the forward line. You know, our wingers, our center forwards are not that versatile, so we need some of that. Do I think Green will play for Jamaica? Yes. I don't think he has a choice. I don't see a way back for him for England, so I think yes. Unless he intends to play no international football. So yes. Yeah, I think if we get to the World Cup, we'll get him. But we have to get to the World Cup first. I don't think we're going to get him for the World Cup. It's possible, but is it probable? Not sure. I think we'll get Hutchinson. I think he's impatient. Well, he's going to be waiting for a long time, Megatron, because if Man U don't want him, then England don't want him. England is even worse than Man U when it comes to those things. So I don't see that happening. No, we don't need decent 1-1. We don't need decent thing. We need very good players or excellent players. We have enough decent players 1-1. We have enough decent players. We don't need no decent players. We need people who can create something out of nothing. That's what we need. It's like what England is, having a very good team, but they're playing awful. But they have players who can create magic like Saka or Billingham. That's what we need. We need to blend them as a team, but yeah, we need them. We need that actor. We don't need decent so-so players. We have enough. We have enough so-called. We have good players, but anybody we're recruiting, should be able to walk into the team. That's my view. We shouldn't recruit players who are going to be on the cusp and maybe or maybe not. They should be competing with people in the team now or can walk into the team. Greenwood come, he's a starter. Nelson come, he's battling with Gray for one side of the field or whoever is on the other side of the field. Right? Gibbs White come, he walks into the team. Mitchell comes, he walks into the team. That's what I'm talking about. If Sims come, he's battling with one of our center forward. That's the way I see it. We shouldn't be getting people who can't compete for places or who they come to go on the bench. We're not into that anymore. We're done with that. You're supposed to uplift the team and allow us to compete in Kickoff, not just be add-on. Yeah, but a lot of people wear their jerseys, the training game, Henry. They just don't come and play. Now he has a team. He's being acquired. I saw it today, actually. So there's no excuse for him now to say, well, I'm still trying to figure out my situation. England has figured out your situation for you. He's going to Marseille for what, 20-something million pounds, which is cheap. If he didn't get in trouble, he'd probably be worth 80 or 90 million pounds. But he's a quality football. If we get him, he can play anywhere from left, right, center. He can play 10, 9, both wings. He can play anywhere across the front line. He's that good. He'll be our best player if we get him by a decent margin too, frankly, to be honest. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but he'd be our best player by a decent margin. So we could use him. If we get him, then we have a very mobile, skillful, two-footed player who can add a lot of value. So I hope we get him. I hope we get him. Hope he joins. And I'm sure if he comes here, he'll play well. I think he will produce even more than what Gray has produced so far. And Gray has been good. At least not for this window, he hasn't been, but he's been good for the previous windows. He was good in the Gold Cup. Played one game in the Nations League. Wasn't that good, frankly. But he had an injury before he came for this last COPA. So at least he has an excuse. Some other people don't have an excuse. But we need competition. We should be in a position where if any one player give us problem, we just say, you know what, move on. So if Antonio don't want to play, we say, Antonio, fine. If Pinnock don't want to play, we say, fine, Pinnock. If Blake don't want to play, in fact, we can say nothing with Blake because I think Jamal Wade has held his own. Doesn't mean we want to get rid of those players, but I'm saying we need to have competition where we're not scratching our head and losing our mind because somebody decided they don't want to play or they don't want to come to a window. I'm not sure you're talking about Phil Jones. Why would anybody have Phil Jones picture? Isn't Phil Jones one of those players who Arsenal was trying to buy out a long time ago before he went to Man U? Phil Jones was playing really well. Went to Man U and went to a graveyard. His career went down the drain. Man U does that to players, you know. Anthony Martial. Man U does that, people, to a number of players. They go to Man U. You know what players have gone to? Go back all the way from Veron, when Veron came from, I think it was Italy, and went to Man U. Di Maria went to Man U. People go to Man U and it's a wasteland. Now a lot of my people go to Man U and fail miserably. Even Casemiro, even though he have half a good season, first season good. Where's Casemiro now? You go to Man U. I'm not sure the pressure of what it is, but it doesn't work out well for a lot of players. Now, Phil Jones was a good player, good center half, but he had horrendous injury problems. Horrendous, not just bad, like constant injury after injury. But it has to be a brave man who put Phil Jones as the person on their YouTube. Brave man, because you get a lot of negative comments about Phil Jones. People think he's underachieved, but I think when you have injuries, it's like Partey for Arsenal. You can't control those injuries. Even though I think Partey's injuries come from his age. They say Partey is like 30, 31. I think they just lost his birth certificate. I don't see 30, 31 there. I read people's face to give me a view of the age. I'm telling you he's not. 30, 31. He's something else. But he's a brilliant footballer. I love Partey. I hope we keep him this year, even though he's in the last year of his contract. No, he was a decent player before injuries. Yeah. And his injuries came when he was pretty young too. It's not like people past 30 and then they break down. His injuries came in his mid-20s, frankly. Yes, you should. We'll see how that works out. I think my other channel will do better, Shunshin. I think when I do the more general channel, when I talk about just life in general, whether it's criminal justice or politics or investing or finance or just the neighborhood, whatever the heck I'm going to talk about, I think that will do better because more people would participate. This channel is probably more Jamaican concentrated for specific reasons. But I think when I have a much more channel, the topics are much more diverse than just sports, then there's a lot more interest. People have asked me to do that anyway for a while now. I've just been thinking, can I handle two? I can't handle one channel. I must have handled two channels. That'd be tough to do. But I may just give it the sports one and do the more general one. All depends on how they go. Because the people doing the sports channel are very, they're very cautious with their subscriptions and they're cautious with their likes and they're cautious with their sharing. They don't want to do those things. They think it's very difficult and it's very expensive to do. So I would assume that I would get much more of that on a more general channel. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But no, it should be fun actually. I think YouTube is an interesting space. I've had some interesting comments that I get for time after time. R&R, I'm a very impatient person. If that has come across by now, then you don't know, very impatient. I can't sit and watch things trickle. If they're not flowing, I'm like, what's the next thing? So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's in the news, Duckland. So he will have no excuse about trying to find a club or permanent home, even though no home is really permanent in football. But he'll have what we call a temporary permanent home. I mean, he's going to be there for multiple years. They're buying him. I think Man U's putting a big sell-on clause too, because they know when he redeemed his image, because time passes and people forget, or they're less, it's less toxic, then he will get more interest. In fact, a lot of teams want to buy him. Germany, Spain, Italy, probably less so in England, but a lot of teams want to buy him. So he's a valuable commodity. So who knows? We'll see what happens. Nah, I'm not buying these two. One. We have too many recycled players. This Baker, and first of all, people don't mention Hayden anymore. Hayden done. I mean, leave Newcastle him done. We're not talking about Hayden anymore. We're not hitting the Hayden discussion. Baker, I haven't really seen Baker play. I know he was at Chelsea for a while. I know he went away overseas and played and then went back to the championship. But if he was that great, to me the PL. My view is convert. So we have Premier League. We have good night. Who am I speaking to?
No, lots of Kranky.
Good night, sir. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Couldn't join you tonight, man. You wouldn't believe my device.
This is Andre by the people. Andre was supposed to be at my stream tonight. He stood me up. He ghosted me. But go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, they ghost me. Apple ghosted me.
Oh, you didn't get your computer back? Okay.
Yeah, and I got a tracking number. It's now 5 days later. Wednesday. It was Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Right.
So Wednesday to Wednesday, it's now arriving at where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Did you watch the games tonight?
I saw the end of the game.
Okay. You watch your son play, right? You watch your son play.
Yeah, and then I saw I watched about 30 minutes. I didn't watch the last 10 minutes. And I agree with your comments that, these guys are tired. The football is the quality. There's no quality.
Yeah.
There when you're watching the world champions and they seem to be.
They look like robots. They look like robots. They look like they're playing in the days. They're not up for it. Too much.
Yeah, and I think
too much football.
Yeah, too much football. It's way too much football. But it's a big big money business, right?
Yep.
So did Canada really stand a chance tonight?
I think what happens is this. If you watch Nico Williams and Yamal play for Spain, right? Because Spain usually keep the ball a lot, but they didn't have any incisive players on there. Their forward line wasn't dangerous. That's what they struggled with for years. From the Vidal days left, from the Torres day left. They struggled after that, right? After 2020 World Cup, Morata, frankly, shouldn't be playing on Spain, but he's the starting center forward. Year after year after year. Now they have two dynamic wingers. There's no Ferran Torres playing wing anymore. He comes on. You have two game-deciding wingers. Look at that goal that the kid scored today, right? So when that happens now, and you keep the ball, you're great. Canada get to the top of the 18, and they don't know what to do. And Jonathan David was awful, frankly. Awful. Not bad, awful. He was awful. And what's his name is not much better. His partner up front is not much better. That killed them tonight. And the winger who came on to play for Buchanan, who played well against the other day, he was poor tonight. Couldn't even control the ball. So that's what their problem. The midfield and defense at all were okay. Argentina did nothing second half. Nothing. Zero.
And they still could get a result. I think one of the things that we need to look at when we analyze the football and have expectations is, so you look at Canada, and I don't think Canada have a player and I'm speaking about, I'm mentioning Canada because they just finished play, but let me keep it general. When you look at the teams in CONCACAF, and you look at Argentina or Brazil, Uruguay, they would have several players that is in the top 5 or top 10 of players in that position in the world. Right?
Right.
And then you look at a lot of the teams in CONCACAF, including the USA, they don't have any players that is in the top 5 or top 10 in players in the league that they're playing in, right? Not just in the world. So I think there's a natural difference in quality that is, the gap get closed in tournament football because of the effort that's put in sometimes. So Canada effort over the past few games is what got them today was what, the semifinals?
Yeah.
Right. But Argentina kind of strolled through the game, it looked like, and got a result.
I thought Argentina was poor, like beyond poor.
Right, and still get a result because they have several players that could easily be in the top 5 or 10 players in their position in the league that they're playing. Maybe the top 5,
I don't think any Argentina player is in any top 5 in any league in the world. Look at their team. They don't have who?
Alvarez.
No, he's not top 5. Top 5 where? Not in the Premier League.
Hold on. Alvarez is a quality footballer. He just happens to be playing in a team. Hold on. He just happens to be playing in a team that he doesn't play every weekend because it have people ahead of him that is quality. But if you follow him, you're gonna see that every time he comes on the pitch, he scores goals. He would score easily 25 goals a season if he's playing regularly.
I'm not saying he's not a quality player, but he's not a top 5 player. He's not. Not in the Premier League.
Even top 10 is still tremendous.
You're saying
quality.
What? Top 10 forward? Because there's a difference between top 10 player and top 10 forward, right?
Well, in their position is what I'm saying.
In their position, okay.
In their position.
In the Premier League, it's possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we look around, I think we're gonna find a lot of these teams have players that would fall into that space.
Yeah.
So
I think Argentina is more team than individuals, right? So look at Argentina's team. Otamendi still plays. Di Maria still plays. Who else they have in the team? They have decent midfielders. Fernandez is okay. He's not worth 100 million. McAllister is a good player. What's his name? Tagliafico is a decent player. DePaul is a decent player. They're not jumping off the page. Lautaro Martinez supposed to be a top footballer, but he doesn't produce for Argentina. Romero is a good player, but Romero is not in the top 5. Martinez is probably the only top 5 player they have in their team.
Who? The goalkeeper?
Yeah.
I think
Emilio Martinez is probably top 3. Could be top 2. But talking about in the world, not even in the league. Emilio Martinez is a brilliant goalkeeper.
We got to do it by the league because remember the players are coming.
Yeah, but I'm saying do by the league. Martinez is probably top 3 in the Premier League. You could argue that Edison and what's his name from Liverpool are close to him, or even probably better. I wouldn't say they're better, but they're in the same level. But Romero is not top 5. Christian Romero. Lisandro Martinez is not top 5. Montiel is not top anything. No, I don't. They have a good team, but they're not a good individually.
When you look at Lisandro Martinez, right? You look at his performance being a poor United team. Right, whenever he's not in that team, he's missed.
Right, but the question is, he's a top 5. So is he better than Van Dijk, Gabriel, Saliba?
Well, is he better than, or could he play in those teams? I think he could.
He couldn't start for Arsenal. Not in the center half. Maybe left back, but not center half. No.
Look, I'm not a
not center half. No,
fan. I'm not an Argentine fan, but I think he could.
For Arsenal? Over who?
Well, it's not a matter over who could he start. If they're picking a team, could he start for Arsenal? I think he could.
No, he couldn't. Unless he couldn't play. You know why he couldn't start now?
Before Gabriel?
He's not as good as Gabriel. There's not even no.
He's not as tall as Gabriel.
No, he's not as good as Gabriel. And size, by the way, size matters. In center half, size matters. Right? Saliba is like Saliba is. His size is a big deal. So you have Hall in his back pocket. Size matters.
They were making that argument when he arrived at United.
We're starting about Lisandro Martinez would he start at Arsenal? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. In fact, he can't even get Otamendi sometime for Argentina. Otamendi starts over him sometime. And whenever the World Cup, he wasn't starting the World Cup. He's on the bench. Otamendi, the City got rid of. Come on.
So this team has three or four players in it that at one point was in the top 5 or 10 players in the league that they were playing at. Messi was that in France. He was that in Barcelona, and he certainly is that in the MLS. Right? Di Maria at one time was in that position. Would have been in the top 5 or the top 10 in his position. Right? He was.
But we got to be very careful, Andre, between now and then.
Well,
past tense.
Right, but you don't lose experience, right?
Yeah, but you lose legs. You lose legs. And today football, legs are important.
Right, but it's still in the team because they bring something to the table that you may not get from a younger player or another player.
I noticed that Spain has a 22-year-old and a 16-year-old playing their wings with them. Says a lot about legs. Says a lot about legs and skill.
But they are quality, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Says a lot about legs and skill. Pedri's not even what? Pedri's about what? 19, 20? He's the one who played the 10. They'd have had 3 players out of their 4 top players who are on like 22 and below, 21 and below. Right? So even though I agree with experience count, at some point, the legs go. Experience.
Yeah, but this is a group. There's a group of guys that just won the World Cup.
Yes, no, I agree. And it's a lucky World Cup they won. Like, if you think about the Argentina team that lost to Saudi Arabia, I'm sorry. The overrated team. It's an overrated team. They got lucky. I don't know how they won the World Cup. I'll be honest. I don't know how they won the World Cup.
It's a team, and they're not trying to... Look, they played this entire tournament except for one game with 10 men. They played with 10 men. And
no. Finals. They play with 10 men on defense. They play with 11 men on offense.
Defense?
They play with 10 men on defense. In fact, tonight they play with 9 men on defense and they played with 10 men in offense because Alfonso Davis, until he got hurt, couldn't find Di Maria. He was looking for him all night, couldn't find him. He couldn't find him in his pocket either. He was so small, he couldn't find him in his pocket. Tony and I were on the stream talking about where Di Maria. We thought Di Maria was playing. We couldn't find him at all. Argentina was awful tonight. A lot of people realize that. They're beyond poor. Now, I may say more about Canada than Argentina. About how Canada played, but Argentina was not impressive.
I think Ronnie M90 gets it. He said Martinez is elite despite his height.
But people, people. Size matters. That's all I gotta say for center half. Size matters. You can't say despite his height. He's not playing the 6 or the 8. He's playing in the center half position. That's important in terms of your size. He's a very good player, but that's why people are skeptical when he's coming to the Premier League. He's a very good player. We're not going to disagree with that. We want him for left back. We tried to buy him at Arsenal, but we want him for left back and maybe a temporary center half, not to be center half to replace Gabriel. No. No. You see what I'm saying? First of all, Andre. The shortest player we got is Timber, is like 5'9", 5'10". Ben White is 6+. Gabriel is 6'2", 6'3". No. Timber is a left back. We're center back. We have our 2 center back here. Timber is right back, left back, inverted midfielder. He's not. No, he's not.
But he could play center back as well. He could play center
back. But he's much bigger than Martinez too. Hey, Martinez can be more than 5'4", people. I'm going to keep increasing height, but my bike 5'6". I'm no taller than 5'4".
Martinez is 5'10".
5'10" where? people. Okay, people. Let me hear a vote. Anybody who think Martinez is 5'10", I'm going to sell you a straw house or a brick house.
Martinez is 5'10".
It's 5'10". 5'10" where?
Martinez is a centre back with a value of more than 50 million euros.
Yeah. Anybody can be valued anything you want. Anthony was valued at 80-something million pounds. Ask Man U.
Yeah, that was robbery.
Ronnie said you can pair Martinez with Tyson. Yeah, you can. And he's effective for Man U. But he's still small. And what teams don't do enough is put the ball where he can't reach it. So they should do.
But the conversation is that if he's small, we know he's small. Can he play at Arsenal? I believe he could.
Ronnie, what are you talking about? France has center backs that are not that tall. What are you talking about, Ronnie? Which France are you talking about? The women's team? I don't watch the women's team. In fact, the women's team are big at France. They got 6'4" person probably on their center half women's team. No, France center half are monsters. Upamecano and Saliba are monsters. They're not no small center backs. Trust me.
Yeah, Saliba is 6'4".
Yeah, and Upamecano is not no small center back. He's a big center back.
Yeah, he's 6'1".
Yeah. No. Martinez is so small. You trying to. If I stand up and look around, I wouldn't see. If I look straight, I would not be able to see Martinez. I'd have to look down to see him.
3 inches more than Martinez. It's only 3 inches.
So you're convinced Martinez is 5?
No, he's 5'10". They can't get that wrong.
Sandro Martinez. I'm just trying to find his height. I'm gonna look up his height here.
I think he's 5'10".
No, he's not. I almost say a word when I say 5'10". Nowhere. He must be like Ronnie James. Yeah, Ronnie James was like 6'4". They measure him like 5'10", whatever the number is. All of a sudden you lost like 4 inches. Whatever the number is. They say he's 5'9". There is no way that Sandro Martinez is 5'9". None.
He is. He's up there.
I mean, I'm looking at him from his feet to his knee is about 4 inches. He ain't no 5.
And that whole back four tonight, Romero is the tallest guy in that back four.
I thought Romero was like 5'11", somewhere around there. 5'10", 5'11".
They say he's 6'1".
Okay, so football is not starting to add height to people's height. Inches to people's height. So football is not going like basketball. Okay.
Yeah, but I think those teams, the quality. I think Colombia is the best team in the tournament so far, and they're probably going to win it. I don't see.
No, Uruguay can beat them. Uruguay
could beat them. Those are the two.
Those are the two best teams by a decent margin to me.
Yeah.
by a decent margin.
Yeah, but I think the way James Rodriguez is playing and the way they have done their business,
Yep.
I think it give them the edge because the Brazil Uruguay game, Colombia haven't had a game like that. Colombia have just taken care of everybody quite efficiently.
Now, Colombia is a good team, a really good team. The thing I think Uruguay brings to the table is the non-stop running. They are pressing you 24/7, playing BS of football. So it'll be interesting to see how Colombia handles that. Even though Colombia does play fast and does play aggressive. And the other day I saw Rodriguez playing, and he was playing well even with all the pressure they were facing. So
James is good. He's had a very good tournament.
He's a good tournament. He's a tournament footballer.
He's probably going to be player of the tournament as well.
Wasn't he player of the World Cup? Wasn't he player of 2018 World Cup, or at least one of the top players in 2018 World Cup?
No, he had a good World Cup.
He had an excellent. That's why he went to Real Madrid.
Yeah. He had a good World Cup then.
Yeah, you know what? I think somebody should measure Martinez.
Martinez is 5'10". Martinez is 5'10".
No, he ain't no 5'10". I can't believe you people are falling for that 5'10" thing. You see Martinez against anybody in the field, he's the shortest person in the field. He's always the shortest person in the field. How can he be 5'10"? So all players are 6 foot and above?
Yeah, most center backs and strikers.
No, we're talking about no. I'm talking about every player on the field is taller than Martinez. Every player. Okay, tell me a shorter player than Martinez at Man U. None. Not even what's his name? The kid, the left back who is out all season. I don't think he's shorter than Martinez. Martinez is the shortest person at Man U. By a good distance.
Just tonight.
Huh?
The left back. Nicholas, the left back, is shorter than him.
I don't think so.
I won't tell you that he is.
Nobody's on the football field. Martinez is 99% of the time the shortest person on the field.
Tonight, their left back, Nicholas, shorter than Martinez.
What's Nicholas is shorter than Martinez?
Yeah.
Now I'll look it up, Nicholas. No, Nicholas was a midfielder, wasn't he? You talk about Tagliafico? No, which Nicholas?
Yeah, Tagliafico, yeah.
But no, he's playing. I thought he was playing. No, he's much taller. No, he's one of the taller players on the field.
Nah, he's 5'7".
Oh no, I'm confusing with DePaul. Sorry. So let me look this up. No, he's taller than Martinez.
No, he's not taller than Martinez.
We don't make people shorter than Martinez. we don't. No, he's taller than Martinez. Oh, tall is no. There is no way Nicholas. I'm looking it up.
Tagliafico.
He's 5'7".
Yeah. Martinez is 5'10".
They say Otamendi is 6 foot. In which world? Molina is 5'9". Montiel. So wait, Molina and Montiel are the same size as Martinez.
No, Martinez is taller than by an inch.
No, they say they're 5'9", so it can't be tall. They say he's 5'9" too.
Okay.
There's no more inches.
Yeah, well, that team was poor tonight.
They said Messi was the shortest player. Messi's what, 5'7" or 5'5"?
Yeah, Messi's a buck.
All right. What did it say? Is it's not height that plays football. It's not height that plays football, except in defense, by the way.
5'7".
So we're saying Messi.
Messi's 5'7".
Messi and what's his name are the same height. I want to see Messi stand up beside Martinez. I don't think he's taller than Messi. He's about the same height.
Yeah,
Messi looks like he's 5'5" to me. I think 5'7" is dropping down.
Is that stretch, right?
No, we're changing. We're not using inches anymore. We're using something else. I don't understand it. All right, people. I'm going to call it a night, Mr. Andre. Andre, can you join me tomorrow? I'm here tomorrow,
What? I need to see.
3 o'clock for the game between England, who are going to beat the Netherlands, and Netherlands tomorrow. And then 8 o'clock, we're coming back to watch the game of the tournament in Copa America, Uruguay, Colombia. Game of the tournament. Should be the final.
All right, and let's see if I get one of them older computers start up.
So Ronnie's saying Jonathan David is 5'9". Jonathan David is taller than Martinez. I saw them tonight. He's taller than Martinez. By a good distance, by the way. In fact...
No, your eyes are deceiving you.
My eyes are not deceiving me. Jonathan David is much taller than Martinez.
And what I notice is that you wear glasses sometimes and you're watching the game without glasses.
No, what happens is, the TV is right in front of me, but I want to see this, the most minuscule detail. I don't need the glass to watch a game, actually. I'm actually watching now without glasses. I'm watching showing the replay of France-Spain game. But I wear the glasses because I want to see every minute detail. I want to miss anything. That's why I put the glasses on. Yes, Ronnie, I know it says he's 5'9". He's not no 5'9". I don't care what the specifics say. He ain't no 5'9".
But big game tomorrow. Your home. Your country is playing tomorrow.
I have 3 countries. Which one are you talking about?
Well, the one that's playing tomorrow.
Yes. It should be a good game, actually. People talking about how the Netherlands are playing attacking football. They're going to get soaked tomorrow. They're getting soaked. I'm predicting that. England beating them tomorrow.
No, the Netherlands, it's quite interesting that they haven't won anything in a long time, but they've always played good football.
Yeah, they do.
But what I saw of them in this tournament, it seems as though they have gotten better through the game. The last game was probably the best game that they played.
I think if both teams play to their potential, England's a much better team. Much better team.
Both teams
play to their ability, yeah. England's a better team.
But I don't think England is capable of playing to their ability. The pressure on England.
I think Saka's going to be brilliant tomorrow. I think Saka's going to be brilliant tomorrow. He needs to bench Kane, but he won't bench Kane. He needs to play Gordon, he won't play Gordon. He's going to play Foden again, who's been awful. Kane and Foden, they should never get a 4 in any game so far this tournament, and they still play every game. And Foden play almost every minute. Did you see how quickly Southgate took off Kane the last time? People didn't realize that, He was dying to take him off. As soon as he fell off, he just, Tony, go on, Tony, pretty quickly. Before Kane can say anything, and Kane talk about he have cramps. No, you want to come off. You're tired. You're old. You're playing old. You're not old, but you're playing old. You had a brilliant season for Bayern, but you're not playing well. You shouldn't be on the field.
Tomorrow, I'm going to back them tomorrow, despite tomorrow being the last game.
Yes, that could be the case because it's going to be hard to beat Spain. But I would say about Spain, which is Spain's a difficult team to beat because they just have so many good players. Apart from Morata, and maybe even Cucurella look good, who have been poor for Chelsea.
Yeah,
their midfield is really good. No, they all look good. They all look good. Spain just looks good. But I thought today France pressured them second half. Spain didn't do anything second half, They were just trying to manage the game. They didn't do anything. They looked like they ran out of steam because they pressed too much in the first half.
Yeah, with tournament football, you get ahead like that,
Yeah, that's the reason why we hired a coach who took Iceland to the World Cup. Because he's Iceland. We didn't realize the coach played kick and hope football. We didn't realize he played kick and hope. And we stopped hoping after we start losing. So, and he got fed up.
You think they're going to get it right?
Who's going to get it right?
High up the next coach.
JFF? No, I don't think they get it right. I don't think they realize what they need. I think they're going to hire what they think they need, but I don't think they get it right. No, I'm not confident in that, actually. I do think we need a ball possession coach because I think we'll have the players or we'll get the players to play that way, style of play. But I'm not sure they're going to get somebody who has a name. And here's the thing. My philosophy has always been this. It's not who pursues you, who you pursue. That's my view.
Right, who you want, right?
Yeah. So if I'm pursuing you, that means I know what you bring to the table and I want you. So because you don't have a job and you have a pedigree, you come after me. And that don't excite me. When I pursue you and you say yes, I feel excited. But I think we get 25 resume and everybody's happy. People want a job because they're a attractive job. And I'm sitting there thinking, stop. There are a bunch of football coaches out there who need a job. Jamaica's paying you $500,000 a year. Jamaica has a brand. It has good players. It's in a region which is not the hardest to make the World Cup in. if it does the right thing, why wouldn't I apply for the job? Go pursue somebody who doesn't need a job, frankly. Don't pursue somebody don't have somebody who is dying to get a job. That's my view.
So as I listen to some of the conversations, the one thing that has not been said, nobody has really given the qualities or the characteristics that the coach must have.
What do you mean? I gave that list.
Well, yeah, but you're not hiring the coach.
Oh, okay. Well, no, all they have to do is copy my list. They don't have to. They don't have to do research. I've already done the research for them. They don't have to go out and try to figure that out. I have my list. I mean, I'm trying to find my list right now, actually. My list is clear. It's not.
Yeah, but your list, I can't remember your list having. For me.
Wait. I'm trying to find my list. I'm trying to find my list. I got to go into my files, actually. I even had it on a Word document. If I can find. Let me go into application.
One of the most important qualities, I think that.
So what do you think is the most important quality the coach need to have? I'm gonna tell you the most important quality.
I think number one, the coach needs to be a leader.
That's not his most important attribute you need to have.
Yeah. Hold on, listen to me, because you see, to get to a World Cup, it cannot be the responsibility just cannot be placed on the coach's back alone. All of the stakeholders in the country need to play a role in creating an environment where the team could be successful to qualify. And the coach is the centerpiece of that. The coach must be a leader. The coach must be able to not just lead the JFF, and that's why the type of leader would be important.
No. Leadership is an important imperative for them to have, right?
Right. Lead the JFF, which, as you would argue, that's a complicated thing. Lead the team, lead the, be a leader in the business community. The coach is important to that. And some of the conversations I hear is trying to just limit the coach to just football ideas. Because, for example, if a coach is selected, a high pedigree coach is selected, right? Let's just say for illustration purposes, let's say they hired Jose Mourinho, for example.
Right.
Top personality. There's not a business in Jamaica that would not want to associate with Jose Mourinho. Mourinho. They all will want to be pictured with him and everything else, and that's why he has to be part of that process. So I think the leadership quality is very, very, very important in trying to qualify a team for the World Cup, because there's so many different stakeholders, right? Of course, the football, the ability to implement a style of play formation that's based on the players that the coach have available to him and get results.
So I have all of that. I have 14 attributes that a coach needs to have.
Now, one of the things that you mentioned, let me forget what you mentioned. Let me say this to you. A coach, and I'll give you an example. I'd use the same Jose Mourinho. And Jose Mourinho was winning. It was his way or the highway. He was in charge of every team that he coached and every league that he played in. He was in charge, and he was doing things based on because coaching is not just X's and O's, right? It's the ability to motivate and get people to believe and that kind of stuff. When Jose Mourinho had the problem with the doctor, I can never remember her name.
From Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah. When that situation happened, since that, he has struggled to be Jose Mourinho, because I think that where society was at the moment, they frowned on that, and that kind of change, he kind of had to pull into a shell. He
was out of line. He should be pulled into a shell. He was out of line.
Hold on.
No, he was out of line. He was out of line.
Hold on a minute. So let me explain to you what happened.
I know what happened. I know what happened.
What do you think happened there?
That was when Hazard got injured and they went out on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it didn't work out as well as it should in terms of what he was he stayed on or came off. One of those things happened. I'm trying to remember the exact specifics, but and Jose was upset because he put his team at a disadvantage, right?
Right.
But he was wrong the way he acted.
No. So here's his argument, right? He was already playing short, right? And as a coach, I can see from this perspective, when your players go down, you would know if they're injured or not. And the truth is, Hazard was not injured. And
but I didn't know Jose is a mind reader and an injury. How do you know if your player go down there injured?
No. You know. I'm telling you, if you're standing on the sideline, you'd be the first to know if your players are injured or not.
Okay. Did the referee wave her onto the field?
I don't know if the referee waved her on, but she went on the field.
She can't go unless the referee wave you on. You can't go on the field.
Right. So I didn't see the referee wave on, and so I went on the field.
All right.
And Jose lost it then because in that situation he recognized that he'd be defending with 9 men instead of 10 because Hazard have to come off now. Right. And that frustrated him. Now I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just pointing out what happened. And his argument is, if you're going to be on the bench, you have to know football, right? You have to be able to you have to be aware of what is actually taking place, because I think in his mind, he was fully aware that Hazard was not injured. But that changed.
So maybe he should coach his players better to stop fake injury if that was the case. That's on the player. That's not on her. Her job is that when the ref wave her on and the player's down, what are you going to do? Not go on the field? So what are you going to do? Sit on there and what's going to happen? Right. The player either has to come off or he has to get up.
Right.
Jose's talking nonsense. Jose's talking nonsense.
She has a job to do, and she was doing her job. Right.
Yes.
But in his mind, his job is to win football matches. Right. And he probably felt that at that moment that was putting the game on the line, that put him at a disadvantage. So I could see both sides of it. Right.
I can't see Jose's side of it. Jose is a, you know what?
Is this. But here my point.
Yeah.
It changed him because society came down on him.
Rightly so.
But it changed him. And he no longer could have bring his personality to the game.
He probably should change him for the better, because he can be, you know what? It probably take away some of the arrogance he had, which may work positive in some respects, but it's
call it arrogance.
No, because he got fired from. Any much job Jose been fired from? It's bad when you are supposedly a perennial habitual winner and you keep getting fired. Go look in the mirror. Something is wrong. If you're a winner and you're getting fired from all the jobs you go to, there's only one constant, one theme in that. It's you. Go look in the mirror.
Who fired Jose? Jose only.
No, Jose get fired all the time. Chelsea fired him twice. Man U fired him. Spurs fired him. Roma fired him.
That situation. That was
Madrid fired him.
But listen to me, that was after that situation.
No. But think about this. Porto didn't fire him. I don't think so. When he was at Porto, he won, right? That's why they brought him to England. He did really well. Then he went to Madrid. He went to Inter.
He won the Champions League.
Yeah, he won with Inter. He didn't win with Real Madrid. So yeah, but he's you know what? He's not the example to use for anything. Here's the thing with Jamaica people. I have Jamaica this thing. If the Jamaica organization want to reach out to me and ask for my list, I'm laughing saying it. I think my list is foolproof. I thought through this list. The most important thing you need to have is understand who you're dealing with. That's all I gotta say. No effective communication, no politician, no adaptable, no technical expertise, no player development for knowing who you're dealing with. You gotta manage your boss. Know how to manage your boss, or you ain't gonna have a job to manage. No players.
If you put yourself in that situation, people are gonna stand a question.
Question what?
Your ability to say what you need to say.
What do you mean?
I did the second time I heard you offer yourself to the JFF.
No. I'm just joking. I'm not working for no. People. Me say that part just to keep clear. Me not work for nobody. Let me just say that again, people. You can't work. I work for myself. If me I work for nobody. I work for JFF.
What's up?
Me only I work for Kranky. Kranky, the only person I work for. Kranky. Okay.
somebody could clip you.
They could clip me out. They did clip me the other day, by the way. That 22-second clip. They did clip me. Somebody sent me that clip. Says people in Jamaica are extremely upset with me about what I say and what I'm encouraging in my program. And my response is, I'm only trying to encourage decency in my program. I want people to get along on my program. But if you don't like my program, don't watch it. That's all I got to say to you. You don't like it? No watch it. If you don't understand me speaking English, no watch it. Left it alone. No watch it. But I'm not trying to create division. I'm not trying to have anybody degrade the country. That's not my objective. And it should not be taken that way. And when you're doing clips, be fair with your clips. Make sure the clips tell the whole story. Don't tell half the story. That's all I got to say.
You gotta be careful with how you speak to or about the Jamaican people. The next thing you go to Jamaica and somebody bucks you. You gotta be careful.
I know. That also came up of somebody saying that, right? In terms of what they would do if some people come to, and I'm just saying, first of all, that's such a backward comment. And somebody who's in authority, by the way, saying that's such a backward comment. It's like it's not even worth talking about. I didn't really talk about it because that was said about somebody saying something like that. But it doesn't make any. Why would somebody want to say that in the first place? And the person is in a place of authority. I just show you how backward people are. So yes, I'm gonna say you're backward if you say that. So there's no ambiguity in my comment. Whoever said that, they're backwards. You have no sense. You shouldn't be in the role that you're in. You're in the wrong role. You should go find a job that matches what you say. We should go to the UFC or go to WWF wrestling. That's where you should go. You should be in a role where you have a chance to have authority over people. Because you don't fit the role, people. You don't fit the role. And yeah, no, it's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense.
They're gonna take your passport. Could you imagine? I've never been hit in my life. Nobody has ever hit me. Imagine at this age.
Yeah, no, we're not into anything that's going to be negative. We're trying to be into positive things. We want to be upliftment, help our people, upliftment. You hear me on this channel always talking about try to manage what you say and let it not be meaning you can criticize people, but don't call. I give the example. Don't call somebody stupid. So they need to increase their intellect or their acumen. It's much more toxic than saying you're stupid or you're an idiot. I'm trying to encourage that. I'm not trying to encourage negativity. But for somebody to clip something for 22 seconds and then me have to respond to it, I didn't appreciate that. Clip a minute and a half and, call. You have my number, call the number. But don't do that. Because that's not representative of who I am or have ever been. Everybody who knows me, that's not what I represent. So it's unfortunate, actually. It shouldn't happen.
And to remind me, we need to stop saying that the players are a waste of time.
No, we've talked about, we just said the players, they're not good. What I've been saying nowadays is that they're not at the level that you need to get to someplace, right? They may be good players because they're professional players. They have to be good to be professional, but you may need other attributes. And they're showing that goal from that kid. I'm telling you, that's a ridiculous goal he scored today. He just put it on his left, moved the ball twice and put it in the corner. Yeah.
That's a good goal. Very good.
And he's been playing over a year now. So people keep saying he's 16. He's been playing from he's 15. And to get to where he is, he must have been a brilliant 14 and 13-year-old too.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be a brilliant 14-year-old to get in the Barcelona team at 15 and playing for Spain at 16.
Yeah, and I think he's the youngest player to have scored.
In a competition of this level, yeah. He's younger than Pele too when Pele played the World Cup and Pele scored when Pele played.
So obviously his quality is different. His pathway has been different, and sometimes when we see young players from the Caribbean and we want to put the responsibility on their shoulders to go out and win games, and they haven't had the same pathway, right? Pathway has been different.
Yeah, well, in Barcelona they play football 24/7, right? And the coaching is brilliant. So between the coaching and how much they play and the environment they're in. Yeah. Ronnie said he wasn't playing schoolboy football. No, he wasn't. He's in the academy playing 24/7.
And there's some very good youth tournaments in that part of the world.
Yeah. Especially with Barca. Because Barcelona brings through youth academy. Madrid doesn't really do so. Madrid doesn't have the patience.
Yeah, they have an academy too. They bring few players.
Which players they bring through?
But
Name me one. Name me one
buy,
brilliant Madrid players come through in the last 10 years.
But they buy what they want. They probably I need to look into that and see how much they probably send them elsewhere. They probably
Barca bring through players year after year after year. Gavi, Pedri, Yamal. Look at Barca. That's what Barca does. Even though Barca used to go out and spend willy-nilly, they went go out and spend a ton of money when they were buying the Coutinhos of the world. They changed their model. They shouldn't have changed their model. They used to buy very selectively. They buy, players in need, a position of need, versus just go and buy like a spendthrift. That's why they went bankrupt. And they're a regular company, they would have been out of business. You're lucky they're a football team. But anyway, it's late, people. I got to go to my bed. Andre, it's always brilliant having you. Are you going to be able to join me tomorrow, or you have an excuse? Like watching, watching your son play for Atlanta United.
No, I don't have excuses. The world is not interested in excuses.
Okay, good. Good. So Tony's going to join me tomorrow for the last game. He can't join me for the first game, the 3:00 game. He's going to join me for the game between Colombia and Uruguay, which I'm so looking forward to, people. So people, tomorrow we're back here, 2:45, I hope, Eastern Standard Time, for the brilliant England against the also Ran Dutch tomorrow. And then at 7:45, we're going to come back to watch the non-stop running Uruguay against the impregnable Colombia, which should be a brilliant game.
Yeah, that should be a good game.
So you should join me, people. It was a halfway decent crowd today for the first game, and same for the second game. So if you've been here, if you're here with me, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button on your way out.
How much likes
people, I haven't gotten. I don't even know. I haven't been watching it, and I kind of give up on them because they're stingy with their likes. I think I have more than people in the chat, but people have come and gone. So sometimes people see 74 likes and they see 40 chats and they're like, "What are you talking about?" No, sometimes it's like 200 people pass through and it's still 70 likes. But no, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, people, please subscribe. Encourage me to keep this channel going. That's all I'm going to say. Encourage me because it's hard work. But Andre, hope you can join me tomorrow. Let's have some fun.
I'm going to try to see if I could get one of those other computers running.
Oh, that's right. I forgot your computer is with Apple. If you talk to me, I would have talked to Apple for you, but you didn't call me.
You wouldn't believe it just arrived. It just arrived.
Oh, you got it?
No, it just arrived in Houston.
Oh, that's not like Apple. Apple is pretty good with that, actually.
Yeah, that's how
they're pretty good with customer service. One thing I say about Apple, I only have Apple products. They're excellent with customer service.
Yeah, well, this one was poor.
No, you should pressure them. They'll give you some benefits for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see the manager in the morning.
Yeah, no, you should. You should. They'll give you something for it. And they can give you a free what do they call it to service it, Apple Care or something. All right, people. All right, Andre.
All right, Kranky. All right, take care, brother.
All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. It's that time of the evening where we say we're over and we're going home. Have a good evening, everyone. See you tomorrow. Kranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Kranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Kranky Life, till them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Kranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Kranky Life, feel them. Kranky Life, heed them. Kranky Life, want them. Kranky Life. Kranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Kranky Life, get to know the name because Kranky analysis is never lame. Kranky Life, give me my Kranky Life. I want my Kranky Life. Must have my Kranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Kranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Kranky Life. Tell them Kranky Life. Heed them Kranky Life. Want them Kranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Kranky Live. Tune into Kranky Live. Like up Kranky Live. Subscribe to Kranky Live. Kranky Live. Coming to you on weekdays. Kranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Kranky will always bring the heat. Kranky Live. Me say fi tell them Kranky Live. Me say fi heed them Kranky Live. On them Kranky Live. Kranky Live will be around. Kranky Live is the best in town. Me say fi eat them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi eat them. Want them, eat them, want them. Kranky Live. Kranky Live. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Kranky Live. Kranky Live. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Kranky Live. Kranky Live. Kranky. Eat them, want them, eat them, want them. Eat, want, eat them.